And we give every glory and adoration, every exaltation. We come before thee this evening to present your truth to the whole world, that mankind may testify in time to come that it wasn't man that did it, that they had no strength of their own, they had no army, they had no weapons. All they had was the gospel of truth and of redemption. And behold, because their hearts and their minds were clean, because the Almighty found them unblemished, that was why they were blessed, and everything they asked for came to pass. That was why this same generation, this very IPOB shall endure, for flesh cannot be mortalized, but the truth of the Most High, who is timeless, who is ageless, shall prevail. And upon that very promise do we pray this evening, because your words are yea and amen. People wonder, how come you loved David so much? Man couldn't understand that David knew how to ask thee for anything that he wants. There was nothing that David ever asked for that he didn't give to him. That same secret is what we have. That is what we present before thee, to the hearing of the entirety of humanity this very evening, morning, noon or night, depending on where you're listening from. That we make this proclamation, that your words are yea and amen, because you are God. Anything you say must come to pass. You are not man. Anytime, any word that you utter, documented by the sons of men, in the Torah, in the scriptures, must come to pass. Because your spirit, you are not man, you are not mortal. Every word you utter must come to pass. And on that very premise do we anchor this very agitation. Because we go back to your scriptures, to your unadulterated, untampered with scriptures. In the book of Jeremiah we pray, chapter 16, verse 14. That is our prayer this very evening from where I am. You said, for you are Lord, you are God, you are the beginning and the end. There is nothing you created which can be equated nor used as an adjective to describe thee. You are bigger than all that man can ever imagine that you are. Only you is the beginning of time itself. That is why the ancients call you the Ancient of Days, the Ancients of the Ancients, for that is who you are. The I am that I am, and these are your words because you are God. You said that a time is coming. According to the prophet Jeremiah, you said that a time is coming, and that time is now, this 2020. You said the time is coming when people will no longer swear by me as the living God who brought the house of Israel out of bondage in Egypt. These are your words because you're God. You said a time shall come when people will no longer swear that this God of Moses, that led the God of Moshe, that led the Israelites out of the bondage and suffering in Egypt. Instead, these are your words, O Heavenly Father, with every reverence, humility, and submission. You said, instead they will swear by me as the living God because you are of miracles that brought Israelites out of Egypt. We shall not be as the God that delivered his children from the criminals and darkness from the north. These are your words. And you were talking about Biafra. We are now going to swear by thy name and say, this God of Biafra that led his children out of the iniquitous existence which Britain fabricated for your children. And you said we are going to return from where you scattered us, from where they are killing us in Indonesia, from where they are killing us in Malaysia, from where we have been imprisoned in Brazil, from all the places we are suffering, all the places where we are being humiliated at the moment. You said, I will bring you back to your own country, to the land that I gave your ancestors, because I am God and I have spoken. And who is man to say no to the word of God? Upon this we anchor all that we do. We have no strength of our own. Upon your promise that came forth from the mouth of the prophet Jeremiah 16:14, you said, I will deliver you from the bondage from the north. The world will no longer say, this God of Moshe that led the Israelites out of Egypt. They will say, the God of Biafra that delivered them from the forces of darkness from the north. You were very specific. You said from the north. And you are God, and may your name be blessed forever and ever. He said,
Hello, my wonderful people of Biafra, friends of Biafra, and lovers of freedom. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of us, depending on your time zone. This is Mazi Nwekwensu. Please, as I welcome you to this wonderful edition, please do welcome others. It's very important. Excuse me. As we welcome you, please invite your loved ones and share the program accordingly. We are live at Mazi Nwekwensu. It's our page on Facebook. We have 180 something people there. It's not much. We are trying to grow the page. Please follow me on the page. It's very important that you follow me on Mazi Nwekwensu, because our main page Ikechukwu is a lot of the station, and this is where we have a lot of followers. We also live at Ikechukwu Umadi Ezumezu. This page is growing gradually. Please follow me there, and if you are watching me from there, share the program to your loved ones and to your WhatsApp group. It's very important. Thank you. We are live at YouTube. Believe me, YouTube is going marvelously well. We are going higher and higher, and a lot of people are watching us on YouTube. And I know that even those that, they say they go against our rules, and they get blocked, and they are all also on YouTube. But we welcome every one of us as Mudo Chineke Dilonya Obana. Now, I must appreciate those that follow me on TikTok. It's very important. It's very, very important. I must appreciate those that follow me on TikTok. On TikTok is at Ezumezu Ikechukwu. Believe me, Biafrans is going up. On TikTok, we are 700 and something people on TikTok. And believe me, I know before the ending of this month, we will go live on TikTok. So those that follow me on TikTok, like I promised, I follow them back. Go and confirm it's there. No? On TikTok, at Ezumezu Ikechukwu, the name Onye Big is there too. But it's very important to follow me, and I will follow you back, because we will take our message to TikTok. So those that follow me on TikTok, I said, may Chukwu Okike Abịama bless you guys. Now, He said, He said, he said, he said. So I thank you, Biafrans, those that stand in the path of the truth. Mazi Johnson, I Nekenegu from here. They were Mazi. No? For those that stand on the path of the truth, may Chukwu okike abịa ma Chukwu ọkaka gọziwe unu ma nwoke ma nwaanyị nọ n'ime ya gọziwe unu. Like I always said, lies don't last test of time, but truth lasts test of time. Please share this program and hit the like button on Facebook. It's really important. If you are watching from Facebook, hit the like button and share the program. Today's topic, we are going to play a lot of videos today. But we have about 3 major topics we must talk about before we go. But we're going to talk about other things. 1, free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now, President Bola and Tinubu. 2nd, state of affairs by Chief Chus Lloegbunam. 3rd, where is China Sawan Kita? Where is China Sawan Kita? The 3rd one, where is China Sawan Kita? It's very important. So as you can see, Oya Diegu, yeah, Mazi Cosmos Dulu, the state coordinator in America, Mazi Ekenengosa. It's like hardcore senior comrade Ekenengosa Mazi. I welcome you in the program. Yeah, Mazi Johnson, Udo Delego. No. So, and as you all know, at the end of our program, we shall also welcome questions. So if you have your question you want to ask, you can able to keep them by the side now. So when times come to question, then you have to bring your question in. It's very, very important. It's very, very important. And as you all know, like I said, I have a very small platform. I have a very small space. Very small space. Very small platform. I welcome debate. If you want to criticize, I welcome it. But you don't have to insult me. Because when you insult me, I'm no other choice than to block you. I'm sorry. That is it. Because here is a little space in my power. I have the power to lock and unlock. So when you come in, throw in your questions, say whatever you want to say, but don't insult me. If you insult me, want them block or ask others. Ask others. It's very important. We know that. So, as I said, Nigeria President Bola Tinubu must release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's a must. He must release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a prisoner of conscience. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed no crime. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for his people. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wants the betterment of his people. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the solution. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a freedom fighter. Bola Tinubu, you have no choice. And what a choice in when? Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and call him on a round table discussion. Release him. Remember, you are once again a Democrat. Remember, you are once again that said that Nigeria cannot be fixed, that Nigeria cannot work. Now, you have the mantle of the leadership in Nigeria. Bola Tinubu. People expect you to do the needful. And let me tell you, Bola Tinubu, the fact is that you cannot solve the problem of Nigeria when you are still holding the true prophet in this dungeon. Nigeria cannot be solved or cannot be settled when you are still holding the true prophet there. Take it to bank. Because coming of Mazi Nnamdi is not accidentally. Because coming of Mazi Nnamdi is not by surprise. Because coming of Mazi Nnamdi is ordained by Chukwu Okike Abiama. Go and check all his records. Check all his prophecy. He's coming stage by stage. 8 years ago, he said that you will be a president of Nigeria, and today you're a president of Nigeria. He told his people in Lagos that a day will come that their shop will be destroyed. After their shop, their houses. And it's happened in Lagos. He told the Igbo leaders, he went to World Igbo Congress in Lagos, in USA. Told them, give me arm to protect my land, our land. That Fulani, they are coming. That they are going to rape our mothers, our sisters, and buy our brothers and our fathers. And those men then say, no, you don't know what you're talking. After many years ago, it started happening. Also across to the south. So as you can see, that Mazi Nnamdi is a solution and not the problem. Also, the one Nigerialists that are calling or that are calling for the release of Mazi Nnamdi now. There was a time they are against Mazi Nnamdi because of the truth, because of the law truth. He told them. But today, they have seen the handwriting on the wall. And all of them are calling the release of Mazi Nnamdi from A to Z. 50 House of Members calling the release of Mazi Nnamdi. Senators calling the release of Mazi Nnamdi. Even your own people, Yorubas, calling the release of Mazi Nnamdi. The traditional rulers calling the release of Mazi Nnamdi. The church leaders calling the release of Mazi Nnamdi. So you can see that the man you are holding there, the man that you hold there, Wofumbajan the more of road, is a true prophet. We understood that British government, they are working so hard that no, this man will not be released. But Britain, they are facing their own words too. It's hitting them. So Bola Tinubu release Mazi Nnamdi. It's a must. It's a must. Look at what is going on in Nigeria today. Do you think it's ordinary? The answer is no. Even your own people are crying, telling you a cup of garri is 300 naira. Crying. They are also telling you to release Mazi Nnamdi. The same people that attack Mazi Nnamdi today, they are telling you, okay, let me play it. Okay, I think Bola Tinubu, listen, I want you to hear from your people. You know, my program, that is why it's very unique and very different from others. When I say things, we try to bring evidence out to show to the people because, like I said, our program is not for people of today. Tomorrow, people may lay hand on our program. And I say, no, Ghana nke Mazi ezumezu nwa ekwensu onye eziokwu ka ọ bụ. We don't lie. We tell you the truth no matter what. Ihe na-agwụ n'uwe eziokwu. Eziokwu Chineke. Well, you see. Everybody. I don't need to waste time because we have a lot to do today. Your own people telling you that release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Okay, we have it here. Okay, here we go. You
know, if you just sleep on your own one day, wake up, see, say, the masses of this country, they suffer. For the example,
Bola men, Tinubu, listen to your people.
For the area where they produce
your
Gary,
own policemen.
Now, if you see Gary, buy
they are not Igbos.
Gary will buy 300. Sam. See Gary. See Gary. If they like dog fowl egg.
This is about when I see so now 300 naira.
This is about 300.
300 naira. Tinubu. Where did they do so?
300 about.
You know, just sleep, just wake up.
On your own.
Suffer.
On your own. Talk through.
How many? 300 naira for this small eba. See. How
many where you fit chop baby for you?
I don't understand. Person go carry 40,000 naira enter market. You don't go fit buy for chop.
Now where they produce about 300 about this so. Can't talk of if you go VI.
I don't understand.
All those baby men area
I don't understand.
where you they stay. I think say the Gary go be for 300.
300 for this small eba. You say see yourself.
300. You see how the person do am. Just because of say Gary too cost am, he do am.
One pint of Gary now 4,000 naira now.
See
4,000 naira for one pint.
You don't pour water full.
Baba, wetin dey do for that seat?
You don't pour water full. You don't pour water full and see how it be.
You don't see we dey suffer.
About 300.
You don't see we dey suffer. Wetin dey do for that seat? You just dey there sit down doing nothing. You come back say we don't get president.
You don't try. We well they happy say if you enter you go change things.
Hey, I like
on worst house.
Man, I hear me. Igbo people. Man, I go relax. You know, don't talk saying I won't join this protest. We like this, we dey ready. Especially me. Like this, I dey ready. No be say na whining. I dey ready. Una say me finish. I don't need finish. Like this, no man no get joy. I dey ready. This protest we go run am.
You don't try.
This month, July 29, we go run this protest.
You don't try.
This country, you must do well. You must do well.
The protest.
This government go end up. This your government. We go end up. This your bad character. We go end up. Nnamdi Kanu, una go free am. Yaya Bello, una go arrest am.
Una go bring that man back.
Nnamdi Kanu, una go release am. Una go free am. Yaya Bello, this country, you must do well. You must do well.
The protest. This
government go end up. This your government. We go end up. This your bad character. We go end up. Nnamdi Kanu, una go free am. Yaya Bello, una go arrest am.
Una go bring that man back.
Nnamdi Kanu, una go release am. Una go free am. You must do well. You must do well.
The protest.
This government go end up. This your government. We go end up. This your bad character. We go end up. Nnamdi Kanu, una go free am. Yaya Bello, una go arrest am.
Una go bring that man back.
Nnamdi Kanu, una go release am. Una go free am. Yaya Bello, una go carry and go lock up. And you mind you, EFCC chairman. Shebi you talk say if they no detain Yaya Bello, abi I take talk am. Say you go resign. Now Yaya Bello dey wan finish. You don resign. All of na hypocrite. All of na. Now go do. Well, make I don't even. But wetin me know be say this protest we go run am.
We go run am.
Anyhow. Peaceful protest no dey work. Anyhow we go run am. We go run am. No fear.
Mona use the man.
Make dem fear am. Una go fear.
Person wey thief una no arrest am.
Person wey thief Yaya Bello.
Innocent now una go arrest.
80 billion naira, 80.2 billion naira for that matter.
You no arrest am.
Una no arrest am. Leave where dey work finish. EFCC chairman, you talk say if they no detain am, you go resign. You don't resign. Yaya Bello don dey work finish. You know they whine us. Which type of come be this one? We no get joy like this o.
We no get joy. We no get joy.
When I see the Eba, see
Eba, 300.
300 naira, see 300 naira for that matter.
Eba.
How many this kind Eba me when me a fit chop go belle full? Me don't need finish. Join no dey. Wọ́n bí ayọ̀ kò sẹ́jọ́.
Oh, be ayo.
Wọ́n bí ayọ̀.
So, President Tinubu, with all due respect, these your people. They are not Igbos. You can see their anger. You can see their anger on their face, on their actions. Even your own people. And most of them then, years back, are against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But today, they have seen the reality. And they are telling you to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that he did nothing. That those that are criminals, they are walking free in Nigeria. That release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that he did nothing. He only fighting for his people. He did nothing. He only fighting for his people. These are your kinsmen. These are your people. Telling you to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Remember, Igbos, we are special people. I am not bragging about it. In as much we have the bad ones among us, but we are special people. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Bola Tinubu. You must release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You must release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's very important. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He is a freedom fighter. Now, how about the state of corruption in Nigeria? How about the $69 billion in Texas? Won't you open that file back again? Someone took $69 billion and banked it in America, in Texas. How about $80 million? No, you don't want to fight those people, but you are fighting a man that is for his people. You are fighting a man that wants betterment of his people, not only his people, across Africa. The more you are trying to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in this dungeon, the more you are destroying Nigeria. Take it from me. The more you are trying to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the more you are destroying Nigeria. Look at what is going on in the judiciary. After all, San Akpogoba called Supreme Court judges, called them mafians, say they are all mafians. And today we can see it. It's the truth. Look at, we saw a video trending on Facebook about Wike wife have been appointed one of appeal court judges. Wike wife. How about her daughter also be appointed one of Federal High Court judge? You see, I am not against Wike's wife being Supreme appeal court judge, or her daughter being judge in one of Federal High Court in Abuja. No. But these are the men that are so corrupt. They are putting their people there in case when they go to the law, they will also have the judgment. Let's not forget about an a senator from the north telling Nigerians how her wife helped all those politicians to get justice in the court. He's a senator. When he was saying it at Abio, the Senate president was saying, no, it have not come to this. Stop. This is what Wike is doing. This is what they are using Wike to do. Putting their people in judiciary. So that when the common man go there, no justice. And they say, court at the hope of a common man. Now, let's bring you up about Wike trending video. Let's bring it up. Where is it? Come on. Okay, here we go.
Are currently raising very serious concern after the wife of the FCT minister, Honorable Nyesom Ezenwo Wike, was sworn in as one of the judges of the appeal court. Yes, the wife, Mrs. Eberechi Wike, was sworn in alongside other judges as judges of the appeal court. But that is not all. It will also interest you to know that even the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Ariwola, will equally be swearing in, among others, her daughter-in-law from Oyo State as one of the judges of the High Court. And one of these judges of the High Court that will be sworn in is also one of the daughters of Nyesom Ezenwo Wike. It is now very obvious the type of country we run in Nigeria. But before we get into more details, make una see the reactions of Nyesom Wike and wherein they celebrate. And I will meet you in the other room.
Welcome, yes, welcome. I don't know if you got yeah.
Allow her, please. Excuse me.
Get closer, please.
Faithful, bear true allegiance to root as a judge, will discharge my duties and perform my functions honestly to the best of my ability and faithfully in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the law. I will abide by the code of conduct contained in the faithful schedule to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I will not allow my personal interests to influence my official conduct or my official decisions, but I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God.
This one. This one.
So this much we can take from here. You can see nice Wike on blue dancing, rejoicing. Dancing, rejoicing. This type of Nigeria are no people are proud of. The answer is no. Let me tell you guys something. You see the area they are taking Wike to, making a wife one of the appeal judges, promoting her daughter, one of the judge in Federal High Court. They are not listening. Is what they did to Bintanyako. Remember, it's what they did to Bintanyako. They promote Bintanyako. Even when Bintanyako is about to go on retirement, they don't want it. They bring him back again because they want to use these kind of judges to do their bidding, to do their evil. You can see, Bintanyako's husband was under the net of EFCC about the billions of dollars his husband embezzled. Now, in the case of Wike now, any judge or any judgment that federal government want to obtain, they will now have to sign it to Wike's wife. And when the woman refuses to do that, they will tell her, if you don't do, we'll bring out your husband because Wike have embezzled River State money. Is there? They will tell him, he has to do this bidding. We need this judgment. If he don't, we have to bring your husband to the book. The same thing they will use it to our daughter. If you don't do this our bidding, we shall hold your father to ransom. He embezzled government money in Port Harcourt. This is his game plan. That is why Olisa Apokoba said that they are all mafians. You can see the Nigerian Judiciary is falling aside. The only thing that will save Nigeria government, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. No matter how you throw a stone up, at some point, that stone will be descending. Now, you are holding a man that appeal court have set free. You are holding a man that Umaya High Court has also set free. You are holding a man that African Union court have set free. You are holding a man that you, a human rights, have asked you to release him. What is the offense of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? His only offense is asking for his freedom of his people. That is the only offense of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is the only offense. Therefore, I want you guys to see the questions some of our people are asking Nigeria government. Let's get there. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Yeah.
Asking is, when they went to search Nnamdi Kanu's house, what weapon did they find in that house? What is he being charged for? Are they stupid? The people that have been incited, are they stupid? We've had people say worse things in this country and nobody has arrested them. For me, this whole thing has become a political issue. Nigeria has always been a country where there is selective justice, depending on who you know and what region you come from. But you see, when people say releasing Nnamdi Kanu and they're saying the courts have granted him bail or whatever, we need to also put that in perspective. Now, when the appeal court discharged him and said he should be released, the first mistake the federal government did was not to have released him. Even if they were going to appeal that case, they should have released him. But they did not. They held him and then went to Supreme Court. When they went to search Nnamdi Kanu's house, what weapon did they find in that house? What is he being charged for? Are they stupid? The people that have been incited, are they stupid? We've had people say worse things in this country and nobody has arrested them. For me, this whole thing has become a political issue. Nigeria has always been a country where there is selective justice, depending on who you know and what region you come from. But you see, when people say releasing Nnamdi Kanu and they're saying the courts have granted him bail or whatever, we need to also put that in perspective. Now, when the appeal court discharged him and said he should be released, the first mistake the federal government did was not to have released him. Even if they were going to appeal that case, they should have released him. But they did not. They held him and then went to Supreme Court.
So you can see from left to the side, to the left, from left to right, they are calling this of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Bola made Tinubu swallow your shame and release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because the more you are holding that man there, the more calamity will fall on Nigeria. The more you are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the more calamity will be falling on Nigeria. I want you to listen. I have played this on my previous video
in the Nigerian government or in the Nigerian system.
Some of the things I recovered were returned back to, the people will recover those things from. For instance, there was this case of somebody will recover 80 S-Class Mercedes-Benz car, brand new, houses, farms, motorcycles, and so forth. In a house in Jabi, under information, we got intelligence, and we went there, we saw all those things. I wrote to the customs, the DG of customs, do these people pay custom duties on these vehicles? 80 brand new S-Class, armored plated. The CG of customs said, no, they didn't pay. I wrote to Federal Inland Revenue Service. These people pay tax. If you are importing, if you have this kind of vehicles, if you have money to buy this kind of vehicles, they should pay enormous tax to the Nigerian government. They say no, they don't have any record of them paying tax. So we went to court. We got an order of official, and then the court asked us to, we should take custody of those things. It's interim for official pending the hearing of the case. So I did a memo to the Attorney General to brief him of what we were doing. But later on, the Attorney General said that all the cases are investigated. They never mandated me. One of them was, came through Panama Papers. You know about the Panama Papers? Mm-hmm. A Nigerian senator, former military governor, was mentioned that he has properties in offshore islands. Since I didn't have the structures to investigate this issue, which is overseas, I went to the DG, NIA, said, look, please, let us work together to do this investigation. And they did the investigation. The report was sent to me. I sent one to the president and I sent one to the Attorney General that this man has over 200 million pounds in the offshore islands.
A former governor, a sitting senator.
He's no longer in the Senate.
No, at the time.
At that time, he was a sitting senator. But he had been president of the Nigerian Senate.
But nothing happened.
Not till today. What of the $69 billion I got a letter, I didn't prompt them, from an American law firm saying that they have assets or access to a bank account in Texas that has over 69 billion US dollars. Proceeds from stolen crude oil. And the 9 billion, 69, the proceeds from the crude oil is 60 billion. The 9 billion is, they mentioned the name, Patrick Aziza, who was National Security Advisor. And I thought it was beyond me, so I wrote to the president that this is what this firm has, alleged, yes, that they are asking for money, that if we make some more payment available, that they will give us the bank, not the holders of the account number, the bank accounts, and so forth and so on. So I went to the president and said, approve, so that we can recover this money. 69 billion, it's a lot of money. Of course, nothing came out of it.
Up to now.
I also did a letter to Attorney General to brief him. But do you know what he said? The day he saw my wife, he laughed in a very sarcastic manner. I think Obla claimed that he will recover 69 billion US dollars. As he recovered the money, he was being sarcastic. How would I recover the money when you didn't act as the Attorney General? Somebody has said, look, we have 69 billion dollars of Nigerian money in a bank account in America.
And the government did not take action.
Nothing. Look, it's in the media. If you look at Punch published the story. Punch published the story. Even when Buhari was in office, they did. I think if I would download it and send it to you, nothing was done.
It feels like the government you work for was a failure in that respect.
Why I have said so, that I was disappointed, because I believe so much in, the former president, and I worked passionately for him.
But would you attribute the underdevelopment of our country today to corruption?
Why not? Look, if you can, somebody can take $69 billion out of Nigeria. If we have $69 billion, our universities will change, our polytechnics, our secondary schools, we'll have water.
How bad is the corruption in the Nigerian government or in the Nigerian system?
Some of the things I recovered were returned back to, the people will recover those things from. For instance, there was this case of somebody with.
So my people, tell me, are you proud to be a Nigerian? And please, those that are watching me, I want you guys to call this area. Send it to our brother in coastal region. Make sure this side, cut it up. Make sure it get to Tompolo. It get to Ike Clark. It get to Atake Tom and the rest of them. Oil money, 69 billion in America. $69 billion. When I'm here with $69 billion. And don't forget, even 3 states in Southeast are oil producing states. Imo State, Abia State, Anambra State. And when Mazi and Kanu rise and say, no, enough is enough. I want my people to live as a woman. I see the but today, it's hitting on everybody. Look at the inflation in Nigeria. Money inflation in Nigeria. Now, let me also bring you about an Air Force base, Air Force, how they sold a jet out. Corruption. Fantastically corrupt country. Even UK or Nigeria. Now, let's bring it up. How they sold the jets. They are complaining.
Zaria, and there is even a letter to that effect informing them that we are coming, and we are coming this time around specifically on the issue of the helicopters. Therein, we are provided with all the technical details of these helicopters. Technical details. As of then, one of the helicopters just clocked 42 hours, another one 46 hours thereabout. And this helicopter, for it to have a turnaround maintenance, must clock about 10,000 hours. So we know what we are talking about. I'm pained because as a result of this, a lot of people have died, Nigerians have died, soldiers have died, who were desirous of having those helicopters. And we even told them, they even provided to us the maintenance they've done thus far. One was about 500 and something thousand, another one was about 500 and something thousand. And we told them, okay, since this is a government property, and it's another government establishment that is interested, because the argument they were giving for auctioning it was because it was not being put into use. Now a government institution have come over to say, okay, we want it. Something as very important as that. No proof, not documented. They are just telling us that an auction took place, this. You can't even remember who the people, you can't even remember your own constituents. Federal Ministry of Aviation, you can't even remember who came. Something is wrong. As far as I'm concerned, most likely it was just a charade.
He said the auction of the two helicopters was conducted successfully on the 24th of May for a sum of $1.2 million only. See attached evidence. Even though you did not put that here, but in your internal memo, you admitted that you collected $1.2 million for the helicopters. Can you see it? I don't know. Should they come and show you? No. You have seen it? Yes. So you concluded this transaction in May. You collected the dollars in May. The same May that they did advert in the newspaper.
No, the auction was done in May.
We are saying the same thing.
Yes, but payments.
You did your advert in May.
Payments were not done in May.
Your letter says
payments. This is an internal memo from.
Yeah. The regional coordinator, Mazi Ndewo, sir. You are welcome, sir, to the program. You are welcome, sir. Let's continue.
Procurement seeking approval to pay commission.
No, that's not
yes,
what I'm
that is the memo that you are referring to.
Yes. Seeking approval. That means before you can ask for approval to pay commission, that means payment must have been made.
Yes.
Yeah, we can stop it here. I'm just trying to show you guys the type of country you are trying to protect, Nigeria. The amount of corruption in Nigeria, and you tell me that Nigeria is working. Sorry, my network. Let me change to another network. No. No. You know, on this, I have 3 contracts that I'm paying just to pass message to our people. 3 contracts on internet. Just when this one try to disappoint, we enter another one. I have all those that want to take. We are those that the little we have, we like to give it out because we are fighting for ourselves. Biafra struggle is for us. If you don't know it. So this is a lot of collapse in Nigeria. A jet, helicopter, option 1.2 million. And that jet, if you go the cost of it, it more than $100 something million. But they sold it out. That would tell Nigeria is not working. Nigeria is just an estate, as those people said. They are forefather estates. Now, let's bring what Mazi Kanu demanded from Southeast governors before they went to his home. Wanted to buy him. Let's listen to what our leader said, what Mazi Kanu said. If it's a good leader, or if we have good intention or he have bad intention for his people or for Nigerians. Let's go. Let's go. And after this, we enter another topic. I want you guys to listen.
Ha niile ma ume ahụ ma okezi ikpeazụ ma nne ya nwa udo okwu asị ka ọ bụ nke a ndị ji asị na-eri nri ịgbara ndị Fulani odibo nchi iwu osote onye isi n'obodo Naijiria ọ mgbe m nọ n'ụlọ ikoni ka m ga-etinye ha n'aka akwụkwọ si ha agaghị m emezi Biafra ọzọ unu bịa ka mgbara unu odibo ka ndị ọzọ si agbara ha odibo ha rịọrọ m njụ nsị na aga m ahapụ nwere onwe ha na-azọ kwee n'ihi ndị ya niile maka ọdịmma nke ha nwa na nke ụmụ ha ma nke ụmụ ha ga-abịa n'ihi na agwara m ha okwu m si ha oge mgbe Zik a na-agwa Zik mgbe ọ na-eji ike na-akọwara Zik si ya na ebe ị na-aga n'ụzọ adịghị ya ọ na-efisi kpakakpaka mba ọwọ Naijiria ka anyị gaa n'ihu lekwa ọnọdụ anyị n'ụbọchị nke taa na-akọwakwara ndị ya sị ha ihe a Zik mere mgbe mbụ tinye anyị na ụmụ anyị nọ n'ime ya n'ụbọchị nke taa ọkwa ihe nwa na-eme ka edo ụzọ nwanne Nnamdi Kanu si na-eme ya na-emeju ya unu kọwara m ka m ghọta na m sị ma unu arụghị ogbe nke abụọ gafere River Niger na unu ga-arụ okporo ụzọ unu ga-emezi ebe niile ebe ụmụaka na-aga akwụkwọ ọ ga-emezi ya emezi ọma mma ụlọ ọgwụ a ga-arụzi ya arụzi a ga-enwe ọkụ mmiri ga na-agba ọ ga-adịrị onye ihu na mma dịrị onye azụ na mma kedu ụzọ m si mejọ ndị dị etu a asị m na ụzọ m si na-eme ya na ọ dịghị mma njọ ha sị mbụ ngwa agha onye m gbara egbe onye m gburu mma onye m gbara ụta akwa sọsọ ozi ọma Chineke si m gbasa n'igwe okwu ka m na-agbasa kezie ka o si metụta unu ọ bụ gịnị mere unu a na-asị ka akpọta Nnamdi Kanu ka egbuo ya ọha na eze na ndị gọvanọ ọkwa na gịnị mere ndị herdsmen na-egbusi ndị mmadụ n'ugwu Awụsa ndị gọvanọ ha n'ugwu Awụsa kpọbe ka abịa gbusie ha inu anunugo na onwe onye na-achị ugwu Awụsa gọvanọ pụtara sị ka egbusie ndị herdsmen unu anunugo na onwe onye Yoruba pụtara sị ka egbusie ndị OPC ọgwụ na sọsọ ndị Igbo n'ihi na unu na-agba leka kunu ga-agbara ndị Fulani odibo onye pụta sị ka ya gbara Fulani odibo onye nsị na mụ abụọ Nnamdi Kanu agaghị m agbara Fulani odibo ha nwere ha kwesịrị gbara mụ odibo ihe na-esere mụ na ha gaa n'ugwu Awụsa ndị ha na-akpọrọ isi n'ala na-ajụ ha unu na ebe a Nnamdi Kanu ọ pụtakwa n'ụbọchị one unu hapịa ọ na-akpagharị ebe niile ego na-enye ga-enyekwa ya ọzọ onye ahụ otiri mkpu bịa ọ ga na BBC Igbo na-akọrọ ha aka m esokwa ya aka gị ọkwa ọgwụ ogonwa wee onye isi nche na steeti gị ị ga-agwa m na onwe ka ndị agha obodo ekwensu bụ zu Naijiria ga-esi malite na-akpa mkpamkpa n'obodo gị ịmaghị ihe gbasara ya ngwongwo niile esi be mburu akwa ebe ka esi ikpeazụ ka ebugara na gọọmenti atụ na ezi nna m ha na-ekiri na-amụ amụ oha ewere ụmụnne ha na-eresi ndị Fulani chee na ndị Fulani ga-ahụ ha n'anya wee na-ajụ na-asị gị na-eme ọha na eze n'ụbọchị nketa akwa ofu Jubril a ha na-agbara odibo ha na-achụrụ efi akwa ofu Jubril a bịara ugbu a bịa tisa ọha na eze tiwa ya ụzọ abụọ ịhụnanya ya
o nwere otu ọ ga-abụ ma gị ma ha nwere ike bịakọta ọnụ ka akpa ha ọfụma nwee nkwekọrịta otu a ga-esi gaa n'ihu
ihe na-eme na ndị be anyị wụ na ha na-aghọtachi anyị na-eme ọfụma ịjụọ ha sị na m chọrọ ikewapụ Biafra n'ime Naijiria na ọ bụghị ihe ziri ezi na iwu obodo ha akwadoghị ya na-ajụ ha sị ya kee ụzọ chọrọ isi ime ya asị na ọwụ ka aga mee ntuli aka elu anyị bịanyecha aka atụcha vootu aga na ebe a na-eme iwu anọrọ akpa ya ekwekọrịta anyị gawa n'iru njụọ ha ndị na-eme iwu obodo Naijiria mmadụ ole si Kano steeti pụta 44 ọ bụ mmadụ ole na-emekwe n'iwu a si Abia, Imo na Bayelsa pụta ha erughị sọsọ Kano steeti. Ọ bụzi ụzọ dị aṅaa ka ị ga-esi wee nweta ihe a ibu n'obi ebe ndị ọwa anyị na ha na-awụ nọchiri egwu agara agbachi ụzọ nọchi ebe niile efe adịghị ụzọ adịghị obere ihe unu kwesịrị ịrụ unu anaghị arụ ya nwatakịrị ihe wụ ogbe nkịtị ebe na-ebute mmanụ na-ebute ukoro ọkụ ike a na-ebupụ na-akpata ego bekee wee na-eri ndị ugwu Awụsa ji na-eleta onwe ha mma wụnaba anyị ka o si bịa okporo ụzọ nkịtị unu ama nru Ọnịcha ruo Enugu kezi ihe ọzọ ị na-akọwara m ọ bụ gịnị ka imepụta gworo ga-eme m ga-eji wee nwee ntụkwasị obi ebe ị nọ n'ihe ị na-ekwu na ị ga-emenwu ya na ọ wee eziokwu ihe IPOB na-abakwa nnupụ isi ka anyị na-enupụ isi akwụkwanekwa na-ekwu na ilu a na-atụ n'Igbo a sị mgbe ụfọdụ mgbe okorobịa nwekwana ka onye ara na-alụnye ya nwaanyị ọkwana ihe anyị na-eme na mmegbu anyị na-emegbu anyị na ọ karịala na ihe a na-eme anyị na ọ dịghị mma ekunye agbagbuo anyị ege ebe a akpọ ejide ebe anyị na-azụ ahịa laa ya n'iyi ha nwa na onwe ha enweghị ihe ha pụrụ ime ha niile na-agbara ndị Fulani odibo depụta nna gị okwu sị nna gị okwu ana m enupụ isi nsị ha mụnwa wụ Nnamdi Kanu na magbara ha odibo uru ha bụ m ka mụ na ha mee ya ha ajụ ọhịa na-ese okwu nweghị ihe ọzọ ana m ekpere ha ekpere ka onye nwe anyị baa ha n'ime ka ha nweta ezi mmụọ nchegharị ka ha ghọta na ha nwee ọrụ ha kwesịrị ịrụ n'ime ndụ ndị ha ịghọtakwa n'ọrụ a ma rụọ ya nke ọma wee ghọta na eziokwu nọ n'ime ya ihe m na-ekwu bụ eziokwu ka ọ bụ ha soro m kwuwe nke bụ eziokwu ha soro m kwuwe nke bụ eziokwu mmekọrịta anyị na ha na-ahụ nsogbu ọbụla adịghị kama ha nọ n'okwu asị na-agbara ndị Fulani odibo efe adịghị ha agaghị eme mmekọrịta ọbụla ma ọlị
onye ndu I think some of them are good. Some of them are getting your message now. Some of them have realized their mistake. So this is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu demanded. So tell me, someone like this, tell me if you have good intention or bad intention, and you want to keep someone like this in this dungeon, and the criminals are walking freely, we say no to it. Bola Tinubu, you must release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You must. The hour has come. The hour has come. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now, here, let's go to Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. What he said, how the advice she gave Igbos how to build our economy and everything. And I say to her, I don't want to insult her, but Mazi Ezumezu and people like me, we are so much disappointed on Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. I am so much disappointed on her. That reminds me of our great daughter, the late Dora Akunyele, our great Igbo daughter. One age agamba, ade agamba. Adam man, you are maybe na bennia. Oh, Ngozi, Dora Akunyele. But all of them are done now. Both Chimamanda and Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, that is the director of World Trade Center or something like that. They cannot even talk about to defend their own people, to talk about their own brother. No, that Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is giving us idea how we can boost or create more economy in Southeast, and she refused to understand that his brother not there now fighting for her and for her children. They still to understand that as long as somebody known at this dungeon for almost going to 4 years now, You think if we don't have security in your land, in the southeast, all these things you are saying will come to reality? The answer is no. Let's listen to her. I'm not here to insult her, but let's listen to her. She haven't used his office to talk release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Even now, everybody is talking the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I think, okay, let me use this opportunity to add my voice too. But nothing. When I call her economy, boost, economy. I don't want to insult her. It's not my way. Right. Okay. Let's listen to her.
To build up and build out both Aba and Nnewi as industrial hubs. But let me say there is no reason why factories can not also be located in Owerri and Abakaliki. Let me touch on another important resource we have that we can make better use of. That is the large Igbo diaspora. I was surprised when I took an informal poll of a gathering of people in my village, Umudisi in Umuahia, to see how many families had at least one member in the diaspora. Surprised to find that almost everybody put up their hands. The Southeast has one of the largest diasporas . Igbos are highly educated professionals, university professors, doctors, lawyers, engineers, accountants, and nurses, and also big sports stars in football and basketball in the USA in particular. All are willing to support the development of the region if they could find a stress-free way to contribute, and I mean stress-free. Drawing on these diaspora resources, there is no reason why the Southeast could not become a service hub for education or health in the country and the region. Let our professors help develop high-quality schools, and universities, building on education investments already happening in the region to attract people beyond the Southeast. And let our diaspora doctors build up specialist hospitals that can draw people from other parts of Nigeria, West and Central Africa and beyond. I happen to know that many of these diaspora doctors would like to help. My husband is one of them. It may sound far-fetched, but I'm convinced we can make the Southeast a services hub for education and health services. We can also draw on the diaspora for financing. I don't know how many of you recall that when I was finance minister, Nigeria floated a diaspora bond of $300 million, a first for the country. Drawing on the resources of our
she have not used a powerful office to talk about the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He was giving them idea how to boost the economy in Southeast. Then I asked her, onye ọkụ na-agba n'ụnọ ọ na-achụ oke? Onye ọkụ na-agba n'ụnọ ọ na-achụ oke? I wonder who will be like this our great late sister, because Bola Akunyele said to the Kaba in the north, to the Kaba that are ruling Nigeria then, that they cannot tie her down, that he will speak up. And she made Jonathan the president. This is the woman. How many of our daughters, sisters, mothers were the split of Bola Akunyele? The answer is no. Look at novel writer. What is her name? Chima Adichie. Look at Bola Akunyele. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala too. Obviously. We have a lot of them, but they are not bold enough to act in split of Bola Akunyele. May your soul rest in peace, Dola Queen. Let's listen to Okeojiwa a bit before we go.
We also opened up the bond to other investors. We were able to attract hundreds of millions of dollars. Now, the World Bank has recorded almost $21 billion in remittance flows to Nigeria in 2022, about the largest remittance flows in Africa. A significant portion of
Let's take this up because we have a lot of video to play. So, Ngozi Okeojiwa, a director of World Trade Center, she have the microphone to speak to the world about the extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, about the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Only the microphone to speak. She have the voice. Chiamaka Adichie what? Have the voice. But guess what? I need a banana because Ofe is Golowani. Oh, I'm feeling Ofe is Golowani. So Bola Tinubu release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You have no choice. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and call him in a round table discussion. It's very, very important. So we stop here and let's go to the next agenda about the state affair from our brethren. Is it Desmond Obilo? The interview with Chief Chus Lloegbunam about from the beginning about Elon. Remember, if you go on my program, if you go on my profile on Ikechukwu Ezumezu, you will see when I did a program about this, about the 1966Q, and I so much appreciate this Chief Chus Lloegbunam being bold enough to speak up. At least I am a hope that there is some people in Igbo land that they can speak. They are not afraid. I'm going to let it play. Then I will also interject a bit so that, and today we have to play maybe half. Maybe the next day we'll continue because I will not play the full video. It's about 1 hour 30 something minutes. Maybe we'll play 30 minutes next day, the same thing, you know. So let's continue. Let's bring it up. Then after then, we have to treat where is Chinasa Wanketa? Where is Chinasa Wanketa? Where is he? Yeah.
Politics, history, and power again. This time, we are driving the story through the narrative of Chief Chu.
Yeah, first of all, before I proceed, and in case you come across my video, Mazi or Mr. Obilo, I am paying a tribute in your program you just made. We appreciate your program with Chief Chus Lloegbunam. So we appreciate your program, and we will always share your program and use it to educate ourselves. So I'm saying this because of YouTube YouTube action or strike, because I don't want to cover your face. I want to play it like this. So let's go in case. So thank you, sir. I'm taking the excuse from you. Thank you. Let's go.
Lloegbunam. It's about Ironsi. It's about the January 15th, 1966 coup. What about the counter coup of July 1966? Who killed Ironsi? Why was he killed? The Igbos went to war. It's also about the Igbo question. Chief Chuks Lloegbunam, it's good to have you on State Affairs.
Thank you very much.
Chuks Lloegbunam is the author of the book, Ironsi, Nigeria, the Army, Power, and Politics. Let's talk about your book.
Of course.
In the preface of the work, you quoted Major General M.C. Ali. Ali says the January 15th, 1966 coup was staged to preempt a Northern People's Congress inspired coup. Why did you quote this section?
Yes, because in 1966, after the first coup took place, the organizers and perpetrators of the coup said it happened to preempt a northern coup that was coming. Nobody believed the story at that time. So when we have somebody like Major General M.C. Ali validating that story, and then we also have Mr. Trevor Clark, a colonial officer, British colonial officer, validating the story again, it makes it beyond, it puts it beyond question that it is the truth. That there was a coup planned by the NPC government called Operation No Mercy. It was to happen days before the January 15, 1966 coup. That's why I quoted the two gentlemen there. There isn't any doubt about the veracity of that story.
So what you call a northern planned coup can also be defined as the Hausa Fulani coup.
In the days when that event happened, you didn't really have that conjoined name of Hausa Fulani. They made mostly Hausa, but you can call it Fulani coup, not Hausa coup. Sarana Sokoto was Fulani. He was the person in charge of the government, not the prime minister, who was Hausa. Balewa was not in charge, it was Sardauna. So it was a Fulani thing. They were the people controlling the army.
So Lloegbunam is using his book to validate the notion that there was a planned coup to be carried out by Fulani officers before Nzogo and co struck.
Yes.
Let's look at what Ali said. You quoted him, and it reads, the 15th January 1966 coup was staged to preempt a Northern People's Congress inspired coup known as Operation No Mercy, designed to eliminate the critics of Prime Minister Tafawa Balewa. Earlier, the opposition leader, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, was in 1962 rusticated and incarcerated for masterminding a civilian coup for what has been claimed were trumped-up charges. In a bid to assert our authority and deal severely with miscreants, Colonel Zachary May Malari was to lead the northern group of officers to restore the dignity of the northern-led federal government. May Malari here, you remember in Congo, he did not take orders from Agui Ironsi.
Yes, I remember that.
And here he's mentioned to be the one to lead the coup to restore the dignity of the North. How do you explain that?
I think it's just a connection between the reality as exposed to Nigerians and the mindset of the northern power brokers. They have a sense of entitlement. Everything must go the way they want, otherwise they will counter it or thwart it. If it wasn't for that reason, there was no way a major in the person of Memelari will disobey his superior officer, Lieutenant Colonel Ironsi, who at that time even had UN promotion rank of general. See what I mean? But he disobeyed because he had a sense of entitlement. And Ironsi ordered him back to Nigeria, and he left. If it were some other person, back in Nigeria, he would face further sanctions.
Why did Ironsi push for further sanctions?
There are two reasons for that. One is that Ironsi wasn't as foolish as most people thought. You took actions in terms of anticipated reactions. Ironsi would have asked himself what to gain if he came back home and continued to pursue that point. That's the main reason. What would he gain? And then there's a second answer to that. This guy is constituting an obstacle to me. I remove him, problem solved. And then he continued with what he was doing.
And this same guy was to lead a coup?
Yes, he was.
No, now we are looking at counterfactual. There was no northern coup. We are only making this argument on points of conjectures. There was no coup. But if there was a northern coup, do you think Mai Malari would have spared Ironsi?
Well, I do many things, but I never claimed to be a prophet. I never claimed to read the minds of people, what they would have done 4 decades or 5 decades ago. But given the sense of impunity that existed among certain sections of the society, and given what happened during the counter coup, I do not think that the man would have spared Ironsi for 1 millisecond.
Now, this question of a northern coup, let's probe it further. I remember Akintola visiting the Saudana.
Yes.
A day before the January 15th coup. He was in the north. You find that argument in Femi Kende's book, Ladoke Akintola and the Eye of History. So by January 14th, Saudana and co had the premonition that there would be a coup. So do you believe if they were planning a coup and they knew there was going to be a coup, they should have acted, but yet they refused to act?
At that point in time, what Akintola and Ahmadu Bello had couldn't be described as premonition. They knew that a military action was possible because they had been told. Even Ironsi himself traveled to Bauchi to go and see the prime minister who was on leave to say, look, this is what I'm hearing. It's in this book. These young officers are trying to move. He didn't believe the story, but many other sources mentioned to them that there was this likelihood of the young officers striking. So it wasn't a question of premonition.
So why did you think they did not act to prevent the coup?
Yes, there's an explanation. Ahmadu Bello was known to have said that if you pointed a gun at him and pressed the trigger, if Allah said he won't die, the bullet will not strike him. So there was that sense of submission to the ultimate will of God, that nothing happened unless the Almighty sanctioned him. I don't think he believed that it was possible for that action to take place.
And the action took place?
It did take place, yes.
It was a bloody action?
Yes, it was.
Very bloody?
Yes.
Should it have been that bloody?
Well, I can't place any premium on bloody comparisons because I'm not a man of violence, you know. So you couldn't say, should it have been that bloody? What amount of blood is enough? That's one question you have to ask yourself. Secondly, what's the purpose of a revolution? What's the possibility of making an omelette without breaking an egg? You could ask yourself all those questions. But it did happen, and it was bloody.
It was bloody. The premier of the Western region taken out. Premier of the Northern region taken out. The Prime Minister, Tafawa Balewa, taken out. Michael Okpara left standing. Was it an Igbo coup?
No, it was not an Igbo coup. It was not. And the answer is self-evident. Among the majors that carried out that coup, a principal actor was Major Adewale Ademoyega, a graduate of history from the University of London. He was one of the ideological foundations of that action. He and Major Emmanuel Ifajuna, who also was a graduate who read sciences at the University of Ibadan. They were the ideological bastions of that action. So you couldn't have an Igbo coup where one of the leaders was a Yoruba man.
One of the leaders out of many Igbo officers.
Not out of many Igbo officers, out of 5 officers. They are known, Ifajuna, Major Ifajuna, Major Nzogu, Major Okafor, Major, what's his name? This guy who was killed in the counter coup. So about 5 majors, and you had that Major Adewale, and you had lieutenants who were of other ethnic groups, including Atong Pera, who was from the north. But that is just one side of the coin. There is another vital side to that issue. By January 15th of 1966, there were 40 Nigerians who were majors, who had attained their majority in the army. 40. Of that 40, 24 were Igbo officers. 24 of those 40 officers. If you went to the rank of lieutenant colonels, you didn't have up to 5 northern officers who attained or superseded the position of lieutenant colonel as of that morning. And of those 16 other majors remaining, they were mostly not from the north. They were from Cross River State, what is now Cross River State, so, Akwa Ibom State, yes, south western Nigeria. So you didn't even have those officers in the north. If you had 24 majors, Igbo majors, and only 4 participated, how could it be an Igbo coup?
The military officers that were killed,
yes,
Ademolegun, Shodende, Maimalari, these were top officers, none of Igbo extraction. How do you explain that?
That's not correct. Lieutenant Colonel Ato Chinyelu Nebwe was killed. The man came from Orifte in Anambra State. He was killed.
What was the circumstances of his death?
He was in opposition to the coup. It wasn't because he kept the keys to the armory, because he was quartermaster general.
Yeah.
And it's not the job of a quartermaster general to keep the key to the armory. He was killed because he was opposed to that coup. And he was pure Igbo blood from the current Anambra state. So it is not true to say that no Igbo officer was killed. Lieutenant Colonel Ato Unebe, he was killed. He was classmates with Yakubu Gowon. In fact, Yakubu Gowon was his best man during his wedding. They were friends.
But looking at the numbers, just one Igbo officer.
You are talking about percentages now. One Igbo officer, a life is too much to be taken. To even if you want to start from the basic point, I couldn't possibly support the taking of any life because I can't create one. But once it happened, it happened. You cannot deny that an Igbo officer was killed because it was only one person killed. Do you understand? And also, when you check about the northern officers who were killed, no Fulani officer was killed. Yes. No Hausa officer was killed. Like Jema was not a Hausa man. Malari was not a Hausa man. They were northern officers.
That brings us to the question. So how did we come to this conclusion that it was a northern army? Because if you look at the officers' corps, Igbos dominated the officer corps. So how did they not come to dominate the army?
I will explain that to you. The army is an appendage to executive political power. I told you that, extreme strength is its source. If it is filthy at the source, it will be filthy all throughout. If it only trickles, you won't expect it to be gushing down the line. Political authority resided with the prime minister, who was a puppet of the Fulani premier of northern Nigeria, who was controlling the country. So the army was controlled by Sardauna of Sokoto. That is why they had that dominance.
Before the coming of the Sardauna, Igbo officers dominated the army.
They dominated the army in the officer corps. They didn't dominate in other ranks. No, they didn't. A lot of the troops you had were from the north, especially the Middle Belt area. That's where you had all those recruit private, lance corporal, sergeant. Those were mostly from the north and the Middle Belt region.
We can call them the foot soldiers.
Yes, other ranks, something like that. That's it.
So, having plotted the January 1966 coup,
yes,
you needed Igbo officers to counter it. Ironsi and the like of Njoku and Ojukwu countered Nzogo and Co.
Yes.
Yet, some will still argue it was an Igbo coup. If it was an Igbo coup, how did Igbo officers counter it?
Yes, you see, your question is fundamental, and I have to use it to explain certain things. The south of this country, especially my own Igbo people, don't seem to understand the power of propaganda. Even though the doing of Nigerian journalism was Azikiwe, we seem not to understand it. What they did in the north, was to establish what they called the Northern Historical Society. And then they got all these British colonial forces, colonial officers like Moffat and all the rest of them, to be writing a lot of nonsense, publishing a lot of falsehood, spreading disinformation, circulating misinformation, and people took those things to become the basic truth of what happened. The coup from day one was never, from conception to perpetration until today, was never an Igbo coup. But it was to their benefit to make it look like an Igbo coup. How could you have an Igbo coup and its main intention was to institute Chief Obafemi Awolowo as the Prime Minister of Yoruba man?
Is that the truth?
Yes. Chief Awolowo confirmed it in his book, My March Through Prison. It is there. It is there. They made, Zogu was interviewed, he confirmed it. It's in the book written by Adewale, while we struck. It's in the book written by Major Bullier. It's all there. Do you understand? Okay, apart from, in this book, I devoted a chapter to General Yakubu Gowon that I entitled Agui Ironsi's Army Chief of Staff. General Gowon is nearing 90 years. I think he should make peace with his God. I think he should make peace with his conscience.
Why?
Because he has been living a lie.
How?
What they did was to say that he was the one who crushed the coup. Yakubu Gowon arrived the country on the eve of the coup. He had no command.
Yeah?
You can't move troops without a command. The person who Ironsi gave the command to go and crush the coup was a Cameroonian, Captain Hans Anago. The man is still alive now. He's a traditional ruler in Cameroon because when these people, the southern Cameroon area, they went back to Nigeria, back to Cameroon. So he entered the Cameroonian army. He ended up as a general. He is still there. I got him. I interviewed him. It's in the book. And the man said, Gowon knows, and heaven knows that I led the troops. He volunteered to join us. But they kept, if you read this book, I keep forgetting these people because they are liars, these white men. Nobody told lies more than white people. I've lived with them, I've schooled with them, I know them. They lied intrinsically. So they formulated this fabrication that it was Yakubu Gowon who crushed the coup. Crushed it where? It was Ironsi who went from his house in Ikoyi to Ikeja, that cantonment, and roused Colonel Hilary Njoku from sleep. And they mustered the troops. And he delegated them to go and crush the coup. That was what happened. So how could you say it's an Igbo coup when it was Igbo people who crushed the coup? Do you understand?
If it were an Igbo coup, what would have been different?
If it would have gone, it would have been a walkover.
How?
Because all the key officer positions in Lagos were under the command of Igbo people. There is no one the battalion command, the armorer, the person in charge, the quartermaster general, everybody, most of them were Igbo officers. So it isn't possible for you to organize that coup and fail, because there will be no opposition. What would have, if it was an Igbo coup, what the Njoku on Ironsi's command would just seize the Ikeja area, just go quietly to all these politicians and seize them one by one. Nobody will oppose it. The people who will be seizing them will be northern troops, who are the recruits. Seize this man, yes sir. He will salute you and go and seize, because that's the way they were trained. You see what I mean? That's the way it happens.
What role did Ojukwu play?
Ojukwu's role was in Kanu, where he didn't cooperate with those sent by Nzogu to seize that city, which had the 5th Battalion of Nigerian Army. That was it.
And Ojukwu was an Igbo man?
Ojukwu was an Igbo man, called Igbo man, yes.
Ojukwu knew that there was going to be a coup.
I don't know whether he knew or not. He didn't claim to have known. And I'm not sure I read anywhere where they said that he knew there was a coup coming.
Are you sure Nzogu did not tell Ojukwu that something was coming?
If Nzogu told Ojukwu that a coup was coming, he didn't take me into confidence. In any case, I never met him person to person. So I don't know what he told Ojukwu or what he didn't tell the man.
And Nzogu threatened to march on the south?
Yes, he did.
What was wrong with him?
Nothing was wrong with him. He was, when you have stirred the honest nest, it scatters in every direction, so you move with the wave. In that state in which he was, he could say he will march to the north, to the south. Probably he meant it. Probably it was a bluff. to be obeyed. I don't know.
Why did they mess up with the Ironsi plot? Why didn't they get him in Lagos?
Okay, there's an explanation to that one. The way, as I told you and as you know, I wasn't there. The guy who was sent to arrest him was a lieutenant. Lieutenant Obo Oji. The man, I think he died recently or still alive. And then he met the man. He was going to the Ironsi's house, and Ironsi had heard about the coup and was driving to Lagos, and they met on the road. And he said, "What are you doing here?" The guy called. That's the story told. And then they said some people had gone to Ironsi at the party that Memelari organized. They couldn't find him there. They said there was a second party. They went there. He had also left the party and had heard about the school and was racing down to Ikeja, so they didn't get him at home. Those were the explanations, what I read,
Can you say the officer that went for Ironsi was a coward? Or it was the Igbo spirit that touched him? Because he had Ironsi on his palm.
Well, I would scarcely say that he was a coward, because they didn't have this history of coups. It's not as if every morning you go out and march on the parade ground. It's not the same thing. It was happening for the first time. And when you hear that Ironsi was traveling, did the general travel alone? He was in his Jaguar going to Ikeja, but he was there. He had troops behind him. He had mobile policemen in a jeep that accompanied him. He wasn't alone, and he had his revolver there with him. So it's not a one man on mountain. And in those days, he was the only major general.
Yeah.
In those days, people respected authority. If in those days, if a captain entered here and there was a recruit, the recruit will leave the room immediately, whether asked to leave or not.
If it were Nzogu that met Ironsi on the way, what would have happened?
It would have been different, because at that time, Nzogu already attained his majority. Nzogu was trained as Sandhurst. Nzogu was the first Nigerian officer trained in intelligence. Nzogu was party to planning the coup. So he had more reasons to actualize what he planned than some lieutenant who was given an instruction to go and seize the head of state, to seize the army commander.
Ironsi became the main beneficiary of the January 15th coup. Can I call Ironsi your man?
Yes, in a certain sense, you could call him my man.
Because you wrote a book about him.
Yes.
Look at this book. This is the book we are talking about. Ironsi, written by Lloegbunam. So this interview is really about this book. Have you read this book? You should read this book by Lloegbunam. Ironsi benefited from the coup. He arrested the coup plotters and did not take actions. In this book, you brought in the interview that was granted by Theophilus Danjuma. And one of the anger of northern officers was that the coup plotters were treated like kings in detention. Why did Ironsi not act?
It also boils down to what I told you about propaganda. If you read Nzogu by General Olusegun Obasanjo, you will see letters written from Kirikiri prison by Nzogu to him, published in that same book, showing the way they were being maltreated. One of them even had bayonet wounds. So it's not true that they were being treated like kings in the detention.
That was what Theophilus Danjuma said.
I don't have to believe him. I don't have to believe Theophilus Danjuma, who gave the orders for Ironsi to be killed and is denying it to this day. I do not have to believe him, not even for 1 millisecond.
You said he gave the order?
Yes, he did give the order.
He said he didn't.
That's what he told you.
That it was beyond him.
Is it not shameful? You were a major, you went to capture one man, and the situation got beyond you. And later he called Ironsi a desk general. When Ironsi got all his promotions under white colonial officers and was able to arrest a whole coup, nationwide coup, he couldn't control attack on government house Ibadan. And you want me to believe him?
Lest I forget, how did Igbo officers come to dominate the officer corps when the colonialists were in charge?
I will tell you. It's a very easy question to answer. People who started to enter the army did so from after the Second World War. After the 50s, 60s. At that time, for you to go into the officer corps, you've got to have school certificate. By the time they got the first secondary school in northern Nigeria as a whole, I think it's Barawa College, one of those schools, you had scores of secondary schools in southern Nigeria. So a lot of them from the north didn't have the qualification to go into the officer corps. That was why they were not represented there.
There was no quota system.
There was no quota system at that time. So all those guys who went to CKC, CIC, King's College, whatever, Bishop Shanahan, with a good school start, you go there, the white man will look at your certificate and list you. And then you went for officer training. If you didn't have it, you didn't go in. Yes. Even one of their own major medics, Major General Buhari, up to today, we have not seen his school certificate. Those were the people who came in when Sadana was there, and whether, if it is right, cut it. If it is not right, cut it. They were just being flooded into the army at that time. Up to today, Buhari has not shown his school certificate. That is the truth.
Let's go back to Ibadan. Ironsi came in, and he came in with Unification Decree 34.
Yes, he did.
That was one of the anger of the North. The fact he wanted to dominate the country with his tribe men. Unification Decree 34, from what you know today, was that a right move by Ironsi?
Yes, it was a correct move. It was a correct move, but the timing was wrong. You could say the timing was wrong. And how did Ironsi explain it? That the military has a unified command, which is the truth. Wherever you are in the army today, your boss is the general officer commanding. The chief of army staff is your boss. Anywhere you like, make you be in this country, because it has a unified command. It wasn't like then when you had the regions. When you had the regions, you couldn't go to Michael Okpara's Eastern Nigeria and give any orders. It will not be respected. You couldn't go to Akintola's Western region and give any orders because you had those regional structures in place. But the Army's direct leadership system overrode all those. You didn't have to take permission from the premier of Northern region to move your troops about in the north. That was what happened. So the decree number 34 that you mentioned unified those services. That was not the grounds of the people. The grounds was that they said Southerners will not come and dominate their civil service, which was not the intention. It was not in the letters. It was not in the spirit of the decree number 34. Now, I have a question to put, not just to you, but to the listeners. If decree number 34 was anathema, was deplorable, was damnable, and condemnable, why is it still in force today? Why is it still in force today? Because that's what we're still practicing.
But that is what we are campaigning to stop.
Well, we are talking of 1966 to now. Why is it that Yakubu Gowon, was in office for 9 years, yes?
Yes.
In fact, Gowon's first decree was the nullification of decree number 34. On paper, he nullified it, but he practiced it through 9 years. When they sacked him, Amori Tala came in, he practiced it for 6 months. When Obasanjo came in, before he handed over, he practiced for nearly 4 years. When Shehu Shagari came in, he practiced it for 4 years. Up to today, we're still there. So why are they talking about decree 34, decree 34? Why don't you change it?
So the Igbo man brought it.
The Igbo man did not bring it. The Supreme Military Council brought it. It was debated.
Led by an Igbo man.
The Igbo people were a minority in that Supreme. Go and look at the Constitution of the Supreme Military Council.
Signed by an Igbo man.
That's not what I'm talking about. You are talking a different thing. The Supreme Military Council takes a decision. You don't look at the Supreme Military Council. You don't look at its composition. You are looking at the person who signed it. Did he sign it on his father's name?
If he did not sign it,
how could he have rejected? He
was the commander-in-chief.
But you are talking of military and discipline.
Yes, he's the commander-in-chief.
And then the military decides and they vote on something, and then he cancels it himself because he's commander-in-chief. Is that how it's done?
That's why they are dictators.
No, that was not his brand of dictatorship. If he was a dictator, in the true sense of that word, he would just go on radio and announce. Nobody would debate anything.
Remember, the constitution was relaxed.
Therefore,
and decree is dictatorship, is it not?
Decree is dictatorship, but that's not what I am arguing with you. I'm saying to you that that decree was not termed Ironsi's decree. It was that unification decree. It wasn't his decree. It was a decree debated. And in this book, Chief Gabriel Onyuka said it. He was the Attorney General. He was a member of that council. It was debated for many sessions, and that as far as he knew, nobody opposed it. It's still in written form. Not even Hassan Usman Katsina.
But his chief of army staff, Yakubu Gowon, worked against him, perhaps because of that decree.
No, it wasn't because of that decree. That's why, I've said it here that Yakubu Gowon needs to make peace with his maker, peace with his conscience, and peace with history. A lot of people keep saying that it was Muritala Mohammed who led that counter coup. No lie. That counter coup was led by Lieutenant Colonel Yakubu Gowon. He led that coup.
Tell me more.
Okay. If you go to that section when that counter coup started,
yes,
that morning, and then he phoned Ibadan, government house where Ironsi was staying. And then the person who picked the call was Danjuma. And Danjuma said, we are here, we have surrendered the place. We want to arrest Ironsi. And what did Yakubu go and ask him? Can you do it? The most senior Northern officer was asking his junior officer, his subordinate, can you seize the head of state? That's one question.
That might be an opportunistic question.
Hold on now. Now, Gowon was in Lagos. Gowon was chief of army staff. The action had started. Gowon had troops under his command. He didn't move any forces anywhere throughout the hours that the coup lasted. Gowon was actually at the Ikeja cantonment with his forces there. He didn't do anything. That's why I tell you that he was the person in charge. He knew what was being planned. He's just like, in a sense, Yakubu Gowon is just like Muhammadu Buhari. The coup that led Buhari into power was organized by him, but up to next tomorrow, he keeps saying that he didn't know about it. He was called to make it and asked to become an ally. That's not true. He organized it. He knew about it from beginning to the very tail end.
You know, Theophilus Danjuma gave the impression that the northern officers in Abeokuta started the coup. It was an opportunity that they grabbed when Igbo officers were holding meeting in Abeokuta. And seeing what these younger soldiers had done, Yakubu and co. decided to key into the moment. Perhaps it wasn't a planned coup. It was an opportunity to take revenge.
People should, as you have asked them, people should try and read this book. This book was first written over 20 years ago and it was updated. In the update, you have the interview of Major General Jeremiah Husseini. Is there, who said they planned the coup over weeks. They would drive out of their barracks in a car and go as if they are traveling to Midwest then and be planning it. It was planned over a long time. It wasn't opportunistic. They knew the date they set aside for it. They planned it very, very well. It wasn't. You see the book. Jeremiah says he's still alive.
And your man Ironsi didn't know as the commander-in-chief.
It's just like what happened in January. What's his name? General Ironsi was told severally. Even Madiebo wrote it in his own book, The Nigerian Revolution and the Biafran War. That he went there and he told him, he got there, Ironsi said, let Yakubu go and be there. And he told him everything. This is what they are planning.
And Gowon was listening.
He was there listening. And when they finished, he told his chief of army staff, go and destroy those bases where they are planning this thing. The man said yes and go and went and sat down in his house.
And he didn't monitor his chief of army staff.
You have to understand what is going on here. Ironsi wasn't an administrator. He was a military officer who became head of state. What are you talking about monitoring? Yakubu go and got reports that they were going to overthrow him. He knew, even before he went to that yes, he knew all those things. There's a stage you get to, you say, as one of his men was saying in this book, that let me be the sacrificial lamb. Let's leave it at that. Ironsi had many reports on plots to overthrow him.
You know, the way they captured him, it was so easy.
It wasn't as easy as you would say, because they got to where he was. And that's what I was telling you, that a lot of the foot soldiers were from the north. Do you understand? And before that time, before the coup actually took place, the soldiers had been conditioned. They would go to the barracks in Ibadan. They will be speaking outside. They say that, where is your commander in Naku? Where is that your commander? You have someone, your fellow northerner, they killed him. The opposite people are here eating food, drinking. They will go to all those places where you have their people telling them. So they had conditioned them that some injustice had been done and they had to be redressed. So by the time you went there, Ironsi, mind you, wasn't a tribalist. Gowon constituted the brigade of guards made up of only his people. Didn't you hear it? Yakubu Gowon is alive. He set up the brigade of guards. The only person who was not from his place was Jogaruba. Others were his own people. Go. Did he prevent his being moved when the time came? So when those soldiers, Danjuma led to the governor's lodge in Ibadan, got there, it was a question of speaking their language to their people there, and then the protectors became the attackers. That was what happened.
Was Fajuyi a hero?
Well, this may be the most sensitive question you ask in this session. The way the history has gone, He obviously is a hero because I was at the University of Ife. They had two major halls there. One of the female hostel was called Moremi Hostel. Mythically or legend, Moremi was the person who saved Yoruba people from external aggressors. The same thing, that's the same way that Faji was seen as the person who decided to sacrifice his life instead of letting go of his guest, General Leronsi. I interviewed.
Okay, my people. This is where we will take this history today. This is where we will stop. Tomorrow we will continue where we stop until we get where we are done on it. This program from Obilo is very educative. You know, they have taken history away from school, and a lot of us don't know what actually happened. So I also want to use my little space, my little platform, to promote, to project this history to our people. So when you hear them say it's an Igbo queue, you tell them it's not. So but tomorrow we will start where we stop. Now we have to move to Chinas and Wankita. Let's move to Chinas and Wankita. We said, where is Chinas and Wankita? Where is Chinas and Wankita? Where is Chinas and Wankita? Like I said, I will draw him out. He must come out. He must come out because that means Obulogi is not when you cut the tree down that the tree will get dry. No. Where is Chinas and Wankita? All those is blackmail, is propaganda, is lies against innocent one. Is haunting him now. Is chasing him. Chinas and Wankita don't want to come on Radio Biafra to talk anymore. Chinas and Wankita don't want to use the power of microphone anymore. He's afraid. Or Chinas and Wankita want to tell us want to obey our supreme leader? No. Because all his instruction to you, he said he cannot obey it. On Kaki Mazi obey. You are the one that told us that only the message keep on coming, keep on coming. Everybody feels reluctant about Mazi Nnamdi's message. Chinas and Wankita told us state of Israel is chasing IPOB away. Chinas and Wankita tell us state of Israel kick our leader Mazi Nnamdi out. All those lies. But today, I have to start from the radio in Israel talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's about 4 minutes something, you know. Today I will start from it. A radio in Israel talking about our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because I don't want to waste much time because we're only 2 hours and something. Now let's go there.
פרידמן שוחחה עם אחיו של קנו ועורך דינו כדי לנסות ולהבין את הסיפור המשונה שם. זה קורה בכתבה הבאה.
That is from who we are, and you can't run away from it. על הסיפור הזה כנראה שרובכם לא שמעתם בכלל. הוא אמנם מתרחש אלפי קילומטרים מאיתנו, אך הקשר אלינו קרוב הרבה יותר. במרכזו עומד המנהיג של חבל הארץ ביאפרה שבניגריה, שנעצר בחודש שעבר, נמדי קנו.
I know it's very difficult for people to believe, probably the state of Israel as well, that Biafrans are Jewish.
זה מי שאנחנו, ואנחנו לא יכולים לברוח מזה. טוען בפנינו בראיון אחיו של נמדי, קינגסלי קנו, אני יודע שקשה לאנשים להאמין, גם למדינת ישראל, שביאפרנים הם יהודים. כן, שמעתם נכון, המנהיג העצור שמנהיג את ביאפרה, חבל ארץ בדרום מזרח ניגריה, נעצר בשל שאיפותיו להקים שם מדינה עצמאית יהודית. משפחתו כעת טוענת שקנו, שברח מניגריה לפני 4 שנים, צץ לפתע בישראל, ומאז נעלמו עקבותיו, נחטף בניגוד לחוק הבינלאומי.
He drove to the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport in Nairobi to pick up somebody. In the underground parking lot of the airport, several armed men and took him forcibly. And throughout the 8 days, they kept him in illegal detention. They beat him up, they tortured him.
הוא נסע לשדה התעופה בניירובי כדי לאסוף מישהו, ואז בחניון התת-קרקעי של שדה התעופה הגיעו מספר אנשים חמושים ולקחו אותו בכוח. מספר לנו עורך דינו לואיג'מקור, לאורך 8 ימים הוא שהה במעצר בלתי חוקי, הם היכו ועינו אותו. קנו, בעל אזרחות בריטית, הפך למטרה בעיני השלטונות, לאחר שהקים את תנועת הילידים של ביאפרה לפני כ7 שנים, שהוצאה שם מחוץ לחוק. המנהיג הבדלני הצליח לעורר מחאות ענק עם מסר ברור, ביאפרה או מוות.
Is there anything that can happen that will make you change your mind about this particular direction? No. So it is either Biafra or nothing else.
התוכנית אותה מוביל קנו בשנים האחרונות לא חדשה. בשנת 1967 היא הובילה לאחד מהפרקים האפלים בתולדות ניגריה, מלחמת אזרחים.
Exactly how many people die of disease and starvation is not known with any accuracy. But the death rate is still high, especially among the children and old people.
המלחמה שגבתה את חייהם של יותר מ1,000,000 בני אדם פרצה לאחר שביאפרה הכריזה על עצמאותה. כעת, לאחר שקנו שהחיה את המאבק, נמצא שוב במעצר. משפחתו שלא מאמינה כי יעשה לו משפט צדק, מנסה לגייס תמיכה בינלאומית, גם את של ישראל.
We are looking to some sort of political and diplomatic support around the world, including the state of Israel, because Mr. Kanu is leading a group that has at least 2 million of them are of the Jewish faith.
אנו מחפשים תמיכה דיפלומטית ברחבי העולם, כולל ממדינת ישראל, זאת מאחר שקנו מוביל קבוצה שבה לפחות 2 מיליון בני אדם רואים עצמם כיהודים. טוען בפנינו עורך דינו. בביאפרה נמצאת קבוצת יהודי האיבו, בראשם עומד קנו, שהם מאמינים כי הם צאצאים של 10 השבטים. וגם עם דעת מומחים חלוקה באשר ליהדותם, הם נרדפים לטענתם מדי יום בשל אורח חייהם.
We are being suppressed by the Nigerian government. It's always making things difficult for us. In the last days, weeks, so many synagogues were destroyed.
אנו מדוכאים על ידי ממשלת ניגריה שמקשה עלינו באופן תמידי. מספר אחיו של נמדי, בשבועות ובימים האחרונים כל כך הרבה בתי כנסת נהרסו בידי חיילים ניגרים. נראה שאותו סכסוך שהגיע לשלב חדש לאחר מעצרו של קנו, הנמלט המבוקש ביותר בניגריה, הוא רק חלק
So this is where we take it. This is a radio, you know, in state of Israel, running documentary on our leader Mazi Nnamdi.
דן מהסכסוכים שנוצרים באופן כמעט טבעי במדינה המאוכלסת ביותר באפריקה.
So this is a radio from state of Israel running documentary about our leader Mazi Nnamdi. Can be China someone can come on radio to bamboozle you, brainwash your brain, lie, propaganda, tell you what you want to know. Tell you what you got to know. The sweet words, all the sweet blackmail and lies. Now you guys are jumping up. But today, the truth is coming out. The voice you had there, that is the voice of Mazi Kanu, the voice of White Council Barrister Lloegbunam, and the voice of our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I repeat, where is Chinasa Nwankita? Where is he? Now let me also bring you a video from Ma Biafra. The same woman Chinasa Nwankita blackmail on Radio Biafra too. Chinasa Nwankita blackmail her, threatening her. The woman still stand gidigba.
Don't pay him back. Because I'm not apologize for coming here. Because yesterday I got a burial. But so I said, that I reminded. And I'm getting up and I got dates. He is from a military family. Nnamdi, in America. When I was born.
This Ma Biafra, no, you know, in Biafra land, this woman, in terms of our women, this woman, he hold a lot on her hands, and he have committed herself to this struggle. He's not afraid. The last time they arrested her when he went to Abuja for that court case, and he was he was taken to DSS. But thank God, he came out. She came out, and since continue where she stopped. But if it's most of us, all of us will now go back say no, maybe to go, but he stand on what she believes. But Chinasa Nwankita have threatened this woman because the woman refused to work with him. Chinasa Nwankita have threatened her. The woman said no, that she will stand on part of the truth. I want to bring you a short video about what took place at our leader's compound, the organization that come. Let me bring it up. On 14 July, this organization went to our leader's compound.
Because all three autonomous communities make up Afaruku, Nnamdi. Someone they represent her. Ejima ha na-ekele ndị AGF na mgbalị unu niile na njemukwu unu ma ego unu ma atụmatụ unu niile na echiche unu niile na-asị ka anyị nwanyị gọzie n'aha Jizọs na-asịkwa na this struggle.
So this is it. So they went to our leader's compound. That was on 14 July. I think seeing them alone tells us that there are a lot of people that are not with this Chinasa Nwankita and Chika Edoziem. There are a lot of people that understood that Chika Edoziem, aka enemy at the gate, Chinasa Nwankita, that those people, those men have refused to work with our leader. There are a lot of people in our land that understood that. And we are so happy that we see this man in our leader's compound. That shows you that even people on the ground they have understood the work of Chief Kapoli to them against our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now, because I'm watching this program, now I want to present to you as the Light TV. He called on Chinas Awankita. He called him out. And I said, as the Light TV, I will also come for your program. You did, but it's not now because I have a lot of things on my desk. As the Light TV was so angry that Chinas Awankita have attacked him in one way or the other. But guess what? What goes around always comes around. As the Light TV is using, why I say reverse psychology, or is capitalizing on what is going on now to spring up more. And that is why all of them, after this last program he did, none of these chat media worms came out to say no. But they don't want, because the moment they do that, that means more problem, more wahala in their midst. Just because they want to validate the blackmail, the lies, the propaganda against Madam Nenyanya. That is why this the chat media worms go back to as the Light TV lies that make Chukwudo former sanction him then. And when he was called back, they refused to give him the slots on Biafra TV anymore up to today. But just because they want to validate, they want to pull Madam Nenyanya down. They want him out by all costs. They went back to their vomit. And today, as the Light TV is using it against them. Now let's go to, I will do a program, full program on that. But let's go to what he said about Chinas Awankita. I can't say Yabawono.
Mana o nwere ike ịlaikọrọ ife ha kwuru, o nwere ike ife ha na-eme amasịrọ gị, it doesn't make them saboteur. Ọ pụtara na onye mere ha ji bụrụ saboteur. Onye ka m ji wee sị na mma apụta tata ka m were onwe m nkọwacha onwe m ewe m nuo ya bụ igwe ka ọ daa ụda. Ndị Igbo ma anya nyere ene mara nke arọrọ arọ. Ọtụtụ mgbe ka Maazị Chinasa Nworu pụtara na Radio Biafra wee na-ekwu okwu na-atụfere m okwu. Ọ na-ekwu okwu na-atụfere m okwu. Ana m eche ka ọ kpọọ afa, okwu ha kpọọ afa, mana m nọ na-atụfere m okwu. Maka ike iji manyere m ka m meji manyere gị. Nchọkwa isi ya ntụfukwala okwu wee zaa ya. Ọtụtụ mgbe na njem a eriba m ego ọbụna gbasatara njem a mmadụ nyere m wee mee ihe, ma ọ bụ ndị isi nyere m sị m wee mee ihe ma erie, eribeghị m. Na njem a apụtabeghị m nwee ihe dị aṅa ekwesịghị ime mee ya n'azụ mmadụ achọpụta na mmere ya bịakwuo ha lekwu onye dị otu a mere, emebeghị m ya. Mana Maazị Chinasa Nworu ọ nọ na Radio Biafra maka na mụnwa kwechiri wee sị na o nwere ọtụtụ ife na-adịrị aga ọfụma. Ọ pụta ọtụtụrụ nya onye nwa ji nọ na palas, onye ọbụla mana dị strọgụ anyị nọ n'ime ya, na mụnwa bụ Maazị Okpalaeze Chukwubuike m, ọmụnwa bụ onye nọ na palas ahụ a na-ekwu okwu ya, nọ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu nso, onweghị onye ọzọ. So mgbe ọbụla ị na-ekwu onye nọ na palas, ndị mere nke a Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ji enyetụ ha ego ada abịazi ha wee mee nka agụ ama m nọm ka ị na-agwa ọmụwa ka ị na-agwa, nwere onye ọzọ. Mana ihe ji wee na-akpọ gị afa tata wee na-ekwu na ihe anyị na-eme ka ịkwụsị ya bụ na o nwere onye ị ga na-esi otu a na-agwa okwu si otu a na-agwa okwu mgbe tupu ị mara ihe na-emenụ onye ahụ echigata azụ kwuba okwu gị n'ụzọ na-akwụrụ ọtọ kwuba okwu gị n'ịkparị gị akparị kwuba okwu gị n'ụzọ dị aṅa ma nke ị mere ma nke ị na-emere onye ahụ ga na-ekwu ya n'isi gị mgbe ahụ asị na ọ na-aba onye isi ọgụ na ọ na-aba ndị isi ọgụ abịa na njem a atọkwara ngị Maazị Chinasa Nworo na njem a ebu nke ụzọ bata njem a ebu nke ụzọ bata njem a dị strọgụ anyị nọ n'ime ya imipiri na njem a ama mgbe John dị strọgụ tupu John ọ dị strọgụ mụ na Maazị Nnamdi ka na-arụbago ọrụ tupu John ọ dị strọgụ.
Biafrans, if you guys will remember, I told this man, these cabals, that this is Chad Cadmilia one. Time will come, they will come after them. That time will come, they will come after them. And it's happening. Because what goes around always comes around. Because in IPOB, and what I said, if you're a liar, your days is numbered. The spirit of Biafra shall expose them all. All of them. The spirit of Biafra shall expose them all. Today, as the Light TV, another blackmailer in this struggle is calling out another blackmailer, the master, out. Wonderful. All of them that have tried to destroy this movement, will expose them all. They shall never have peace in their life. Let's continue.
I'm the first call email on Radio Biafra from Kuwait. I know. Muna radio soku. Mana amoro ma akpọmasị ka m ga-akpụ ya ikwugide isi mụ ji alụ wuti onye nwe ji alụ wuti Nelly onye nwe onwere onye nọ na njem a na-alụkọ ọrụ with Nelly in the past. Onwe onye nọ na njem a na-alụkọ ọrụ with Madam Bridget in the past. Onwe onye nọ na njem a na-alụkọ ọrụ with ụmụ nwaanyị America. Unu bara ụmụ nwaanyị America na njem a nwe onye ọnwụ. Nobody. Unu anyị niile lụkọrọ ọrụ together in the past. Ọ bụrụ na nke na Bridget alụ.
Shut up your mouth. Biafrans, when I told you guys that now he was trying to justify because we call him out that he worked with Nelly. Now he was trying to tell you guys, yes, that even Chinas and Wankita, even all of them have worked with Nelly of Ebu, have worked with them Bridget. He was trying to justify it. But we told you guys before that who the only person that gave him that information is Nelly of Ebu to pull down Madam Nenyanya. That was the second cue. I did the program. Go and check the program. Because the first cue was when they invited Chika Paul Edoziem, and that fell. And the second cue was they used this one. This as the Light TV. Today, these men are so ashamed of themselves, they cannot even respond to him because they validated the lie, the blackmail of this guy, just because they want to pull Madam Nenyanya down. Today, he's using it against them. And all of them are into shade. All of them, they're hiding. Let's continue.
Ọ na gị na Nelly alcohol kedu ihe ezi Nelly ji wee kpọzie esi ka echenjizie afa ESN DOS command. Ọ na gị na alcohol in the past.
Biafrans, listen, I said I will do the program. This thing he said here, there's the program I want to click this issue, but let me just say a bit. You see, he was telling Chinas and Wankita that he have worked with Nelly of Ebu, that if not, why Nelly told him that they have to change DOS to Eastern Security Command, ESN Command. Why? Just like what one of Chief Ezoku said. And when he said it, ada dị ọla mma na ịma na ofeke amala ebe nọ eke nkụ ụkwa ofeke ọmala oge ji eke nkụ ụkwa. Agwa m na ebe abụla ebe a na-akọ ọnụ, Biafra struggle abụla ebe a na-akọ ọnụ, Biafra struggle abụla eke ọka, ọ bụla nkwọ nne Imo, ọ bụla Ọchanja market. We were told that the reason why Chinasa Nwankita backed off from Nele of Egbu was as a result of the position Simon to be the leader, and names were put down and signature was signed. Now this guy is telling Chinasa Nwankita, if you say you have not worked with Nele of Egbu, why do you tell us about changing DOS to ESN command? Because a lot of them, when our leader was rendition, they want to make Simon Ekpa a leader. And names were written down. And those people writing those names down, they signed their signature. Which is as a result of when Simon Ekpa's name was mentioned, Chinasa Nwankita said no. Chika Pole does them, all of them, no. So what he said here, but let's continue.
Okwu a na-asa anya na-ebigbo. Ihe nji agwa gị ya bụ ama m na ị ga-abịa n'igwe okwu bịa kwuo nke gị. Mana ọnwa asị ọbụla m na-atụgide gị ebe a, ụmụ Biafra nene ana Biafra gbara m osiarị. Mana mbọsị ọbụla ị ga-ekwukwa okwu m wee tụgide m asị, ụmụ Biafra ga-enenekwe ana Biafra ga-akpọkwa aka mbe. Ọ ihe m chọrọ ịgwa gị. O nwere omume ị na-eme jọgburu onwe ya Maazị Chinasa Nworu. Achọrọ m ka ị ha. Ọmụ na-ekwu ya. O nwere omume ị na-eme jọgburu onwe ya. Omume anyị na-eme jọgburu ọbụla ma ị nụ asịrị. Mmadụ kpọọ gị kọọlọ gị something. Ị gaghị agakwa onye ahụ akpọrọ gị na-agwa gị maka ya. Si ya nwanne na o nwere ihe nụrụ maka go. Ijikwa nọmba onye ahụ. Iji ekwentị onye ahụ. Ị nwere ike ịkpọ onye asị ya ihe nụrụ maka gị eziokwu ka asị. Pịa iburu ya kpagharịwa. Ikpo onye egwu ya, ikpo onye egwu ya, ikpo idibezie mgbadụ ka eji ezibezi onye ahụ. Ị na-atụ m ụjọ. Ụmụ Biafra, ihe nji onye ekwu ya bụ ka m kwuo ekọpụọ m n'obi once and for all maka na ọ dị m n'obi. Ọ dị m n'obi. Mgbe si ka m kwupịa tata, ọ ga-afa kwuo ya, adị m atụ gị egwu. Ọ bụ na ihe m na-ekwubula asị, ana Biafra ya tugbuo m. Ọ bụ na eziokwu ana Biafra ya chekwaba m. Ọ bụ na ihe m na-ekwu ihe nke gọvanọ na-ekwu about me bụla eziokwu.
Biafrans, ask this at the right TV. Why did he decide to make this program at this point in time? And he said, Anama Atugegu. Because you know what? You know that there's a lot of heat on Chinasa Nwankita, that Mazi and Kanu have moved away from them. They refuse to say it. Why didn't this at the right TV make that program then? When Chinasa Nwankita was saying all those things. Because they know that Onyendu have closed the door on this man. And he have understood that. And he know that Chinasa Nwankita don't want to come on Radio Biafra again to speak. And he said, okay, I know you come out and speak. And we are calling Chinasa Nwankita, come out. You must come out. Let's continue.
Ana Biafra gosie gị. Ọ bụ na asị ana Biafra chukwu gị. So, wepụ aka enwe n'ofe tupu agha aka mmadụ. Idili oke osi iwu. Ya bịa gwa m. Mkpachakwa anya m. Na-agakpọkwa afa m n'ikuku. Na-agakpọkwa ga-emekwa nke a ga-emekwa nke ọzọ. Kwa afa m n'ikuku nke m mere gịnị? Nke m bitere the struggle. Ka nke eriri ego the struggle. Ka nke m mgbara izu ọjọọ gbasara the struggle. Ka ọ gịnị ka m mere? Gịnị ka m mere? Eji ikwu isi ndị na-arụ ndị Amerịka. Ndị kedu onye nọ na njem a oge maazị na nka na outside na-alụkọ ụmụ nwaanyị Amerịka ụmụ nwaanyị na-eme atụkọta ego eweta ewe na-eme nka na-eme nke ọzọ kunachọ ka atọ ọkpa nsịkọ n'oshi ọkpa nsịkọ ọbụla ị ga-ata bụrụ nke mmadụ nyere gị ị na-ata ị na-atasi ike
taa ya bifo dị ga-akpọ ọkụ enyere gị ego
achọrọ m ka ịgbanwee stọpụ ife ahụ ị na-eme wee sisi jee gwa mụ ji nwee shọpụ isisi zie mụ ji nwee shọpụ na Anambra m ji nọrọ ọfụma ndị mmadụ enyesina m aka gụọ bụ maazị Chinasa Nworu kwuru ya ị kwesịrị ikwudo okwu ahụ onye na-eneme m ọdị mma ikpo ntụ oke onye nọzi na njem a enwezi ike inwezi biznes ọ na-eme n'agbanyeghịkwa na shọpụ ị na-ekwu okwu ya etipiana kemgbe 6 years shọpụ maazị Nnamdi Kanu ma anya ya o tipiago 6 years ago ọ bụrụ na ịmara ka ị malụ onye akọrọ bụ ka na shọpụ ahụ si ya gosi gị narị adreesị shọpụ ahụ
gịnị tipiala ya onye agha
ọ njem a tipiala ya ọ gịnị mere ị kpọrọ m oke mmadụ inwe shọpụ na njem a ọ ife ọjọọ ka ọ bụ ọ bụghị ihe ọjọọ mmadụ inwe shọpụ mmadụ inwe biznes ọ na-eme na njem ọ ife ọjọọ ka ị chọsịrị ịgbazi ndị ụwa ebe shọpụ nwa dị ị pụta na redio Biafra kwuo na adreesị ebe dị shọpụ dị mebi ka ndị iro jerezi ebe a chọrọ m gaba apụta na-agba ụkwụ okirikiri ọ na-agba ụkwụ okirikiri onwe ife ahụ m mere
Biafra na this guy is a bloody liar. Ọ bụ onye so na shop etipiago that the shop had been closed 6 years ago. Now he's telling Chinasa Nwankita, do you want to announce the name of the address of the shop so people will be go there and look for him? But he told you now that the shop had been closed 6 years ago, and he also telling you the same time the Chinasa won't want to announce the address of the shop so people will now go there to look for him. As the Light TV, that's why I call him As the Light TV, Prince Darlington. Let's continue.
Na njem a bụ ihe ọjọọ ife iluo na ikwesịrị ịgwa m ya ikwesịghị ịdị mmadụ ọ ikpọ m jụọ m ife ilu kwe nnọọ ihe ga-agba ọtọ ịgba ya ọtọ mana ị na-agbakwa ọtọ ihe ọjọọ ife na mme na njem a ukwe nke na-eziokwu maka na alụsị dịkwa ndị alụsị na-alụ ọrụ anyị nọkwa under oath anyị nwekwara iyi izie si gwa m ji nwee shọpụ si gwa Achalugo ji agba moto si gwa Sampe na ọ na-arụ ụlọ ọ ihe ikwesịrị na-ekwu maazị ọ bụrụ ihe ikwesịrị na-ekwu ikwesịrị na-agwa ụwa ihe na-eme na Biafra ikwesịrị na-agwa ụwa ka ihe si aga ikwesịrị na-agwa ụwa nekwa onye ọbụla na-echere ihe onyonyo a wee sị na m na-eme ya atak Chineke kpọọ gị ọkụ maka ihe abụla atak ka m na-eme I have to address it.
Ọ maka Chineke ya akpọ ọkụ gụ maka Chineke ya akpọ ọkụ mgbọsị eke mgbọsị oyi mgbọsị afọ mgbọsị nkwọ afịa naanị Igbo na-azụ gụ maka Chineke ya akpọ ọkụ because it will one of the major problem anyị nwere na this IPOB ọ gụ akọsụ ya it will one of them. You cause one of the major problems when this IPOB. All go as the Light TV cause the Chineke ya ọkụ. All of you guys, the spirit of Biafra shall expose you guys, and the heat is not coming. The heat is just beginning.
I have to address this case once and for all. Nke ahụ aga afụtaghị m gasị onye ọjọọ mana ọ bụrụ na o nwere ihe m na-eme gị na njem a ọ dịghị ka asị na mmadụ emeti ya ịkpọọ m n'igwe gwa m ya
ka iwepụ dịsa anụ ọbịa
na-akpọ m gwa m okwu ịka ihe ọma.
Come and shut up your mouth. Mazi Nankano ya na-akpọ m gwa m okwu ịkarịla Mazi Nankano. Why is it now that you want to talk to Chinasa Nwankita? Why is it now? Because you have understood that Mazi Nankano have moved on. You have understood that Mazi Nankano have moved on from this man. You know that Chinasa Nwankita is feeling the heat now. You know. That's why you are coming out to Yab. All of you guys. Now let's go to 1,000 teeth. 1,000 teeth. Metusela is threatening to sue Biafra child, Biafra, Okija Biafra. You want to take him to court. But the same Methuselah, 1,000 teeth, have cascated our women on media. The same Methuselah have passed Madam Nenyanya picture, IPOB head of finance, put his picture on media, cursing her, saying all manner of things, bullying her. Now Methuselah, now it have done on you that what goes around comes around. Now he could go that now Miloku na ebumbe. Now he could go that now cancel the yabu on. First of all, whatever that annual thing that Germany me, Kija Biafra, I'm not in support of it. But the fact is that you, Methuselah, have done it several times. Now let's bring it up. Now, if you have any question you want to ask, you can bring up your question now. You can click your question now. Or if you want to come in, I can bring you in. Now let's listen to Anu here.
I'll still tell you that I'm more bigger than many of you. And I'm going to use one as an example, which the letter have already started. Make noise on social media. With their lawyer, they know they make too much noise. So that let it be what I've achieved in this journey that I started. So that let me see that leader who weigh into the matter. My mother now.
Matisi ya n'iyi. Isi. Ite akpọji eburu debe n'ụlọ si n'ọnwa. Nekwa ka aka ya. Na onye ka na adịka iweta asarị dokobo ụzọ na-aba. Hey! Ya. Na Methuselah mmadụ chọtara nwaanyị a ka ọ bụ mmadụ chọtara ya. Mgbe ọ nọ ọstra ịgụta akwụkwọ esi ike. Asị abịa naanị ọsọ enwere bụ ọnya ọ bụ na mmadụ na ya ọya amata na ọ dịcha mma na ọ nọchara ya n'ihi na ero ya ọfụma ma na ọ nọchara ya mana ndị be ha ji ego rie ụlọ na ọ na-agba moto ana ọ enye gị akwụkwọ ọ sị na ya grab ya ọkwa na ya manụ ọ nwaanyị ọ na-anụ ụdị ya shameless idiot. In a shock, Biafra man. Anybody that know where Biafra man and the government back in declare with you.
So Biafrans, upon the failure of the management from Chika Poli Dozemu, Chinas and Wankita, how will such thing be happening? He brought a woman. It's not a Nigeria, it's a foreigner. Supporting her husband for our own cause. He brought her picture, he pasted her picture on media, started bullying her, cursing her. Well, according to Methuselah, he said your court paper is on the way. It's on the way. But the fact is that who started it? Methuselah is among them. Because he have done it to our women, to Madam Nenyanya, and the leadership supported it. Today, what goes around is coming around. I can't say one other one. Let me also bring another of his video. I think it's about 5 minutes. We need to talk something from there. We want to take something from there. We need to take something from there. Yeah. On this video from Methuselah 1,000 teeth, you will hear when he said that the media department is zero. That means he was, attacking Chukwudo Former, who is the head of media department. But there is something I want you guys to know. There's something I want you guys to know when we get to that point. There is something I want you guys to know. I can't say why you have one. Let's continue.
I will still tell you that I'm more bigger than many of you. And I'm going to use one as an example, which the letter have already started. On social media. With their lawyer, they know they make too much noise. So that let it be what I've achieved in this journey that I started. So that let me see that leader who way into the matter. My mother now. This is why we are condemning what autopilot are doing today. They know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should come out, everything will end up, but they keep on holding him there. Even when he speaks, they will say it's not him.
Listen, what he said. They know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out, everything will end up. But this the same guy was attacking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This the same guy told Biafra that they hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in sutus. They do Mazi Nnamdi Kanu na arm. This the same guy told you guys that Chika Paul Etozemu, Chinasa Nworu have the power to sack Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This the same guy Chineke Yaboko told you guys again that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu refuse to work with Chika Paul Etozemu, all of them will follow Chika Paul Etozemu and go. Now look at what he's saying now. Chineke Yaboko. I think the heat is on you now. It must be Chineke Yaboko. Let's continue.
Which the man said, in other words, this man knows what is going on. He has been following our movement. He said that a lot of people are claiming to be APOP, claiming to be ESN. Bring the man out now first, so that when he say it, any other person coming out, then we know that, look at them. Because as he stands now, they are using his absence to be committing this evil in the name of releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He's our leader. Set of criminal gangs, cowardly court members who cannot hold the Fulani accountable. Instead, they're using their courtism to be bringing their own self down. It's because they have in possession of arms. Everybody have turned to be ESN, fighting for the liberation of Biafra. I hope, let me manage, I'll manage this because I'm going to open line. Let's go to our brother Benjamin in Madbook. Normally, I would have dwelled more on his utterances, which I took my time to listen. I know many of you that are hero worshippers or those who don't understand what it means to hold people accountable, you will not be comfortable. But I don't care. The only thing I will care if when you call me and win me with a superior argument, then I will say, yes, I concur. That young man is in the war front. He is the only IPOB member who have gone inside where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is and came out. And when he brought the message, all of us were jubilating, hailing him. But now when he called that one, anyone I got her, or less about these kind of people, we don't need them in this movement. We want to chase them away. That you cannot talk boldly. You only want to say it when the person is saying something that you don't like. Or worse, Sabotua. Even those who I hold in a high esteem, they are always following to be writing jargons. We write by perception. Some of you have never seen Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before. Some of you have never had the opportunity to near the door where he is. Some of you don't have people who go there to give you information. Your own is perception. What you think that may be possible. They are ganging up. They are coming out. I tell you, there will be a time they will be.
Mazi Dakus, yeah, after Mazi, because just nyam time or I'll bring you up. Yeah, I saw you, Mazi Dakus. Nde wo Mazi, you're welcome, Mazi. You're welcome. No, Chineke yakpo Metusela. What are you saying? So you know that now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu were people that have not, they cannot even go close to our leader, even get close to the doorstep. But you say that you have not hit all in the IPOB. That if Mazi Nnamdi can come out, you will ask him questions. You will do this. So you know that there is a lot of people that who cannot get close to our leader, or even to have access to our leader. So even that one. Your own, your own is coming. Because you guys have destroyed a lot of souls. It will not also give you where one man will give mad. Utu okwu ọnụgụ ihe eji egbu mmadụ, you know. I want Madam Nenya is not that strong woman. Do you think that Madam Nenya will still be standing and doing what he's doing today? Okay, let's continue. I'm coming to that point.
So anybody who try to ask questions in one word or the other, I say yes, we told you now, this is the time. We told you now that there will be a time all of them will come out to attack this movement. And here is the time. You leave the subject matter and dwell in attack people. Sometimes the problem that we are having is because the leadership that is in charge of media department is 0%. It's not functionable. That's why you want hater scatter in the media department is 0%. It's not functionable. That's why you want hater scatter. The problem that we are having is because the leadership that is in charge of media department is 0%. It's not functionable. The problem that we are having is because.
So now, therefore, I want you guys to listen to me. Get into your former. 1,000 teach said the problem that they are having, that the leadership on media department is 0. And who is still failing? Chukwudo Former. Now, ask yourself a question, no? Why did Methuselah leave Chika Paul Edoziem, then say that he's the second in command after our leader Mazi Kanu? Now what he said goes, everything. Why did Methuselah left Chika Paul Edoziem attacking Chukwudo Former, who is the head of department, of media department? Why? If we know, Chineke ya kpọrọ ọkụ gwa Methuselah. Chineke ya kpọrọ ọkụ. Therefore, get on to why did this guy, the person that's no whatever he said goes, what Chika Paul didn't say goes, no one with the second link, no one with the leader now in IPOB. Why did Methuselah left Chika Paul Edoziem and go to talk to Chukwudo Former, who is the head of media in IPOB department? Why? Because he's telling you that Chukwudo Former is the head of media department, showing you that Chika Paul Edoziem have no business with that department. Whatever that department is doing, whatever that's coming out, whether good or bad, you have to do what? Put it on Chukwudo Former. Then now, my question is that why did they move to account department, Madam Nenya? Madam Nenya is the head of department, head of finance department. I want to let people know that I have told you guys before that there are 3 departments that are reporting direct to Mazi Kanu, and 3 of them, they are equal. They don't report to each other. They report straight to Mazi Kanu. Whatever the action is to Mazi Kanu. Whatever decision, whatever direction and everything, who is come from Mazi Kanu, not from Chika Paul Edoziem. Now, Methuselah is trying to tell you guys now that the media department is 0. And he's talking about Chukwudo Former. It's not talking about Chika Paul Edoziem. Why didn't he call Chika Paul Edoziem? Because whatever he says goes. He is, as they said is the next leader. Will you leave driver and start holding conductor for the cause of the accident? For the cause of the accident, that a car have accident, you will leave a driver and start holding conductor responsible. It's impossible. So what I'm trying to say here is that we have media departments that report direct to Mazi Kanu. We have Chika Paul Edoziem department administrative that reports straight to Mazi Kanu. We have finance department that reports to our Mazi Kanu. And Nnamdi have told them that, but just because of the hate and everything, they want to destroy the finance. They want to control cross carpet. And they know that. They use this thing to blackmail you guys, to lie, to brainwash you guys. That Madam Nenyaya must lend that account. Must lend that account to Chikapole Doziem. That Madam Nenyaya must open the IPOB account to Chikapole Doziem. Says who? Oyenyere that power. Madam Nenyaya have become DOS member before Chikapole Doziem. Chukwudo former, who head of media, and a gold there before Chikapole Doziem. So why didn't Methuselah talking, laying his complaint or attacking Chikapole Doziem? Because he knows that they have different departments in this movement, and they have their function, they have their rights, individual or on every department. They don't have to cause carpet. Now let's continue.
The leadership that is in charge of media department is 0%. It's not functionable. That's why you went helter skelter in the media department. There was one time I mentioned their names, and there was attacked. I saw those who are attacking the leadership. The media head, who is responsible for the media, is 0. And that's why you see a lot of criminals jumping from one place to another, putting their own voice, as if they care for you. Because when you don't have a proper coordination in the media, when we don't have a media head, who we know right from immemorial is our leader in the head of media department, everybody will do their own things now. No orderliness. And we are chain of information. No. Information media. Okay, let me come to social media and analyze the way I understand. Mr. B will come out, analyze his own, how he understand. Mr. C will analyze his own. In civil engineering, it is called uniformly distribution of information. And where you have such, you have a collapse of a building. That is what is going on. But because some of you are afraid to speak, because when you speak, because you are afraid of people descending on you, you don't have that balls to bear insult. That is why I told many of you, come and learn from me. Nothing touches me. Provided is a word.
He have that body to bear the insults. Then why do you want to take Okija Biafra to court? Because he insulted your wife. You have that body to welcome insults. Why do you want to take Okija Biafra to court for insulting your wife, for bringing your wife on media? Now you are talking about Benjamin Madbugo. Let me stop this one here before Mazi will talk. Mazi, you're on air. The people are seeing you, know. So let me talk about this before our comrade we talk. You are talking about Benjamin Madbugo. Yeah, Mazi, you know. You're talking about Benjamin Madbugo. You know. The same Benjamin Madbugo. Every time you guys will say Benjamin Madbugo go there and brought the truth out. What truth did Benjamin Madbugo brought out? The truth is about Onyendu told you guys to suspend it at home, and you guys refuse. That the message coming from Ifeanyi Ejiofor that Onyendu say is from him. The message coming from Maxwell Okpala, Onyendu say is from him. The message that is coming from Nnamdi Ejiofor, Onyendu say is from him. The message that is coming from our White Council, Barrister Ejimako, Onyendu say the message is from him. But you, you told us that memo, that message from Barrister Nnamdi, that is from Nekede, they wrote it, that is not from Onyendu. If you hear, that message from Benjamin Madbugo. Wait, let me see if I can play this video now. Then I bring up your video, what you said about it. Then Mazi we take it off from there. Okay, let me bring up. So,
Simulasi tachon lafia. Lia le wure DOS iwe because of Lia sisi stop it at home. Have I stop immediately? No, you le wure iwe. Then when I continue na message at home. Upon the announcement hombre. Ozili no lezi fanye jofo singulu no si fanye lezi fanye jofo lezi bosi yazri. Ozi alo ye ejumako lezi bosi yawazri.
yeah,
Ozi Maswell, Barista Maswell, Obara Lazy, Bozi Yamazri.
yeah.
Ozi Barista Chukwemeka Jofo Lazy, Bozi Yamabonye industry.
Okay,
I want to keep fortunate.
okay.
Here now going today, boo.
I want to know there. Now, let's go. Let's go to Methuselah. What Methuselah said about the message, but Stanley Emeka brought out that 2022, December 15. Let's go. Let's listen to Methuselah what he said. This is not 2021. This is 2024. Let's go. Let's go. No, can I try ya? Can I try ya? I try ya with ya. All the very good na I play this thing. Oh, where is this? Yeah, okay. Let's play some of his video. Maybe we can get it from there. Let's play some of the video. How he said Onyende will have to step aside if he didn't. Yeah.
Some of them are because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So many of them, hero worshippers. I saw that news. I saw it as child. How this struggle kuna tabole now. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu puta. Either ya no ni hwanyi disown the family or ya nyohre. Somebody take the position. Copy him. Na me dey talk am, but I know that he won't try it. You see what will happen. I repeat. Oga puta. Gwanya man do family ya n'ejoku. Because brother aka gwara the thing. Here one or two family man n'eji agba. One day no na nga. Anya go no ego. Finance. Money. Your brother is in detention. You should have been a peacemaker. Everybody, money, account, liaison account. In fact, because of these few years, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not with us, brother. I begin to know so many things that I don't know. When kind of umeri account, when umaka account, when liaison account, when umeri account, umano account. It's very sad.
So they want to come again and do another thing, and we say no. And they are organ or there. If it is a plan of the leader of indigenous people of Biafra to sideline the Directorate of State, sideline Ozokome, sideline Ejofo, organ or there, you go there for DSS. And Nami Tokam, which I know that is not possible. I know that he can't be part of it. He can't be such. He can't behave like that. Having learned his lesson by confiding in his family alone and at the same time some charlatans from America. And DOS have been bearing the burden for many years now. I told me just to market. They trick him, have in mind that yes, he's dealing with his brother. He thought that the brother meant good for him. He said, okay, let me listen to my brothers and the others that are talking to me. And DOS are bearing the pain. We'll talk another one again. So that I remember DOS, soon allow free. And just to tell many of you that they are in charge, they stop your move. They stop it. And now people want to bring the narrative to tell the public that there's a doctor that is going to treat Onye and the DOS stop it. Yes. How I wish I would be part of them. I want them to stop it 100 times until things are being followed due process. It's an organization. How about it? I tell you. Now let me show you the noise. And we have noise.
Hi POB1 family. This is Mazi aka Nwekwensu.
In terms of following instruction of the Directorate of State, I'm a Mugu, and I love it, and I'm proud to be a Mugu in following the instruction of the Directorate of State. They must be respected. I said must. Their decision is the final. Mazi Nnamdi. Struggle, brother. I'm a Mumu in terms of following instruction of the Directorate of State. I'm a Mugu, and I love it, and I'm proud to be a Mugu in following the instruction of the Directorate of State. They must be respected. I said must. Their decision is the final. Mazi Nnamdi. If it is like that, I will not join the struggle. Did you hear what I said? You didn't hear me very well. I repeat. If the only person that have power in this movement to remove somebody who is going against the struggle of this movement, if it's only one person, Mazi Nnamdi, I think I will join this struggle at the grace. Did I look like a foolish person? So when the Directorate of State has seen something that is not moving well, that is for the downfall of this struggle, they keep quiet and wait. When they come out at the grace. I know they follow such thing, no? Yeah, me zombie, I no be zombie. Provided they are called leaders, they have to act. They have to start acting. May they know they wait for Onyishokuele ka. How I go mark. Ndu na how make these things. Check all of us, many of us that are speaking. All this polytechnic now where typewriter from outside the gate.
Yeah.
Here closely the first one. Second one, the doors should never dabble into the finance of.
So Biafrans, this is where 1000 Methuselah told us that instruction that from Barrister Nnamdi Ejiofor is from Nekede. Now he's telling you that Benjamin Madbugo bring a very good message from Onye Mazi Kanu. Then Benjamin told us that all the message from the lawyers, from Barrister Nnamdi Ejiofor, from Ifeanyi Ejiofor, from Maswell, from our White Council, is from him. But Methuselah here is telling you that the message is from Nekede. Let's listen to him. No, even Mazi Ezume Okwarago. Let's listen to him.
Here closely the first one. Second one, the doors should never dabble into the finance of the family. Brother, I want to dabble into the finance of the family.
Now, he's leading out that memo in 2022, December 15, from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let's continue.
Family, let's do family go or Kanu family. What do they have money? We will dabble into their family. No, we don't do such a thing. I think I will have to read it together before they say it's a concocted story. Got it there. Let me on the light very well. This is supposed to be on very, very well. Look at it here. DOS should never dabble into the finance of the family. That is the family of Kanu. Well, do we know the family? The answer is no. Unless my family can help you, Second, the third one, the first one, cancel accounts. Only care about what we say. Thunder fire anybody that will talk to DOS. We can cancel the one. Now let us do the second one. All sacked national coordinators appointed by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself must be reinstated and with immediate effect. Okay, Sheva have reinstate here now. No be here with it. I ain't June with immediate effect. Okay, Sheva have reinstate here now. No be here with it. I ain't appointed by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself must be reinstated and with immediate effect. Okay, Sheva have reinstate here now.
So, Biafrans, he was saying that Onyendu should come out from this and come and put in the state those national coordinator back. That was the time Onyendu gave this cabals instruction to bring these people in back again. Then this Chakad media worms was rising. They are rising then. Today, are they speaking? The answer is no. Today, how about their camp? What is going on? Nsobu everywhere. Now, Methuselah is telling you guys that Onyendu should come out and do it by himself. That Now, listen.
No be here with it. I ain't June na scrotum.
Yeah.
All sacked national coordinators appointed by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself must be reinstated with immediate effect. You know we are zombie. Or never any order. All this will be reinstated. The man that is struggling for his life. When time bear concord what distance. It was started by Polytechnic Naked brother. Our sister, okay, Haida. How come my Polytechnic Naked next to my school those days? I graduated from foot.
So, Biafrans, that is what he said about the message from Onyendu. But today he's talking about Benjamin Madubugu. So, Mazi, please, I know I've taken your time, but I need to elaborate on certain issue so that he actually so Mazi, you are welcome to the program. Mazi, please introduce yourself to Biafrans.
Good afternoon, Mazi. Biafrans, good afternoon. IPOB worldwide, people of conscience and goodwill, good afternoon. I appreciate and we are doing the justice and we are freedom fighters. I, Jocelyn Akujobi Wandolo, from MBC, IPOB Regional Coordinator, Scotland. We are doing the justice and I'm an activist of these freedom core fighters. I didn't start it here. It has been time immemorial. And what we are doing is the justice of what is happening. We are unveiling unveiled hidden agendas that stuck, and we're putting it in the social media to correct the narrative and lies said against us and perpetrating against us. Then these hoodlums, I call them Biafra, under their leadership, claims to be Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, why they are not. And that is why any of them, since they started their leadership, remember the position of leadership in IPOB, because we only have one IPOB. I keep on hearing them IPOB. I don't know if you have two IPOB. From onset, the time I checked, we only have one IPOB. We only have one supreme leader. We only have one leadership. And we only have one leader. The people they are calling their leadership are administrative heads. They are the administrative heads. They are not leader. What makes them leader is that they can approve something, they can assign something, they can endorse it and it goes, but they don't. They will
draft their request or whatever they want to do, but it has to come to the table of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the supreme leader, to approve that their request, to make it authentic and to make it to go viral. But if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not approve it, it's no go area. And that is where they're stuck. And the person they are projecting being a coward, I call him a coward. Chike Doziem, as long as I'm concerned, he's a coward. Then he don't know. I heard you, most of you say he's a barrister, he's a lawyer. I don't think so. I don't think that he read that. He's not a learned man. If he's a learned man, he has to prove it to him. Even Chinas Anworu, I don't know if he is a graduate, even has the boldness more than him, can take action more than him, to tell you that he's not competent enough to, stand where he is. So all these guys who are saying all these things is people who joined IPOB. Few of them joined IPOB after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped and the extraordinary rendition back to Nigeria illegally. This, like Methuselah, he's not an IPOB member. Like Acharugo, he's not an IPOB member. These are people who are, newly joined IPOB. All of them are newly member of IPOB. Then when they started their criminality, remember when this thing started, I would say, these guys, they know so many things about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Immediately Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was illegally extradition back to Nigeria. Austin Abayim start to destroy the struggles, the system, the structure. He start to vandalize it. We called him to order, say hello. And that's the problem, the enmity they are having with Kanu Takano. They say, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is not how we started. This is not how the struggle was built. Because they have mechanism. They have already positioned themselves. Like the book you were, Iruanya was presenting about Argurance, who put us in this, because Argurance is a coward. That story that man is saying, I know that story. I know most of the story. Like Argurance is a silly man, a coward, despite his automobile. He believed so much in automobile. That journey to Kampala, where he was killed, because that journey was in Kampala. I thought that man would have said it. He was in Kampala, in Lagos. That is why that guy was killed. That Yoruba man was killed, because he was the governor of Lagos or this thing. He went to his state, and that man tried to defend it. And that is the thing Yoruba people were using against the Igbos, because he was defending him, and they killed him. Those butchers in the north then kill that young man. And that is how that journey, and that is how it was same BBC, British, and their criminal broadcasters lying. But that is why we are on media now, to correct the narrative. It can't be keeping the lies for years and years and years and thinking, who is doing it? Look at the people who Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is defending. They turned the bullet again to the man who want them free. Because of what? They want money. Look at it. Look at Methuselah talking nonsense, trash. Oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Will not come out. Okay, where is him now? Where is King? Where is him? Where are all of them now? All of them now is speaking in different language, because they connive. Because we are here on the social media to correct that narrative, to correct that their lie and deceit, to correct that their stupidity and madness. And that is why we are telling them that this lie, you lie against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his family. Methuselah is asking if they want. But Chinasa Sanworu and his sister are vandalizing IPOB money. Methuselah is raising money. All of them are raising money. You see, support ESN, support IPOB. What type of nonsense? How many IPOB do we have? The IPOB I checked before I check is still in DSS, which is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He is the IPOB. There is nothing you can say about IPOB. Okay, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has thrown all of them now. Throw them away. There is no signaling them again. And then, where is Methuselah, who said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu don't have power to stop Ejiofor and Ezekiel? Where is he? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot listen to DOS, therefore he will not join IPOB. Then he's already out from the post. Them now, because these are the evil propaganda started with, what is his name? Asidelai. Asidelai started this nonsense. Kanu Takaro, when he started this, I was calling them because you have a selfish interest people who don't have our people in mind. The land today has ravaged because of who? Because of this so-called leadership who don't want to take instruction from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that is where we are today. This mess and this mix up that is in our mix now is because of what? You have a selfish interest leaders, a cowardice, people who cannot stand firm and defend what this struggle is all about, because it's them. They want to be leader. They want to be called IPOB. They want to be said they are one controlling IPOB. It's just embarrassing. Is Directorate of State, HOD, then is dabbling in IPOB finance and close it. And then you start, like when they started calling on phone, remember, Ikenguru or Chibuze Eguatu Elias Ikenguru, call me on call. On the last program, the way you are, wanted to question me. I asked you, when did that started? Who told you to, who gave you that audacity to put a call on me? I'm a regional coordinator. You are ordinary person. You are media. You want to ask me a question under who? Who gave you such a temerity? Who gave you such a power? Is there any subordinates? Go and tell that beast, Coach Ochike that he has failed woefully. You don't have the right to call any IPOB leader on call without permission. I'm not your coordinator. I'm not in South Africa. You put a call on me. How did we get to that? Because you have a leader who don't know, who has broken that is why Methuselah is telling you they're calling us code of conduct. And that is why we are defending the code of conduct. I will still defend it till the day I go down to the grave, because the code of conduct is the bond of this struggle. It's what makes us. You can only break IPOB when you destroy this code of conduct, and that is why they want to destroy it. And then we stand with them and say, you can't destroy this code of conduct. This code of conduct and chain of command is the bone of contention here. If they strictly destroy that, therefore they have gotten IPOB. Remember, I said it's three things: getting now 4 things. Kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, destroy Radio Biafra. They have kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They have destroyed Radio Biafra. They have destroyed IPOB finance. But it has never go down well because of you and I and others, and Ikechukwu and George Ume and those ones in America, right? So, and those ones in South Africa, some of them, and the other ones, because we are on board, and that is why they can carry their achievement. And now, then destroy the structure, which is the code of conduct. That is why the 1 million teeth cannot believe in a code of conduct. He said he don't believe that, and that is why he want to destroy it. He want to listen to his so-called leadership. And then we are telling them that you can't break that, because anybody who don't believe to code of conduct is not an IPOB member. He's not an IPOB member. And then you are raising money on your own. Then how could these Australian people will raise fund in IPOB without the consent and the signatory of Madam Nyanya. Under who? Who gave them that temerity? Who gave them that power? Who gave them that authority? Who said that should do that? Insubordinate to the highest power. That makes Chike Doziem inefficient and effective to this struggle. And he is not a member of IPOB. He's APC Kabas. He is APC. He is not competent and he is not an IPOB member. As long as I'm concerned, he's not an IPOB member. And that is, he has gone against the struggle. He has destroyed the struggle, or thinking that it will go down the way they are. Then you can hear last night, Jonathan Nwadimon say, "Oh, do you think that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will get justice?" Because they know that wickedness. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will get it because that constitution was not written by Nigeria. It was written by United Kingdom. It was written by United Kingdom, and we fight them, and fight the institute, the owner of that is whoever that built that institution. We will destroy that institution and destroy democracy. Is there not democracy? Who hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu illegally? Who shot Donald Trump? Who want to kill him? Because they know their evil agenda, because they have plotted it everywhere. Then mounting their arsenal, carrying it out according to their plan. But unfortunately, when they plan it, but God Almighty will still say, no, this thing, Okike, Abiyama, the God, the creator of heaven and earth will say, this thing you are doing, my hand is not there. As long as the hand of God is not there, it can't work. If they plot it, and God will, when they gather, and God will scatter them. When they gather, and God will scatter them. So that's their wickedness. That's their wickedness. Is being perpetuated all over across the globe, and that is why they are the one in IPOB pushing it hardly. You can hear Jonathan Nwadimon, Diana, he will barking like a dog. Oh, you think he can't talk like a George Oyibe? Where is George Oyibe today? Where is George Oyibe? That's the question you should ask yourself. Where is George Oyibe? It's no more. The other one in Finland will be coming out, pushing all his agenda. I asked them, these are agents plotted, and they think that can destroy this drug. As long as we are still in the media, and we are not going to let such a nonsense continue. We are not going to let that happen because of what? These guys are determined. Their intention is that, oh, they want to came as not to have, they want to journey. Look at the picture you were showing about Wike swearing it. But Michael Zuckerman is there. Michael Zuckerman. This is the legal counsel of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who we are going about. Who we are going about. Who we are going about. Begging and begging and begging and begging and begging for them to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But they told us that the court has discharged him and acquitted him. And all of them are shouting, we stand on a Supreme Court, they stand on a, where is the Supreme Court? I call it, that case was a very scam in order to put Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, allow him in DSS for them to carry their impunity. But they forget that the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu understand what they are doing. And then he come over and scatter everything. And we start to shout, tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to sack these people. Tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When I raise that, people think that I say, tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to take these people off because that's their agenda. When that time they were coming, oh, and the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they want to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they want to do him this. The channel of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are all this, and then the Ken Giruago brought all the native doctors wherever they are. They started their incantation. They tried all manner of things in order to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But this thing I'm saying, I'm being honest to you, sincerely speaking. I'm being honest to you. Those things, they try every arsenal for them to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but unfortunately, wasn't work for them. And that is why now the boomerang I can't see how Balahinon, according to what you normally said. Let me quote you. I can't see how Balahinon. Then now they are facing the calamity they brought upon themselves. It will haunt them till they go down grave. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming out. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that. They don't know what they are doing. We are here working. Things are going underground, but they don't know. They tell me mature now. Then how Biafra is coming. It's not something we'll come on social media or begin to sing praises. We don't sing praises to any idiot. We don't sing praises to any idiot. We talk. Like you had a question they asked Madam Nnamdi, what do you have to say about this? Yes, no. There are things we have to say here. There are things we don't say. That's how we lead. It can't bring IPOB confidential matter on social media. Look, that is what Methuselah say. He is an academic. He is an elite academicians. Where did Methuselah go to that school? I don't think that Methuselah is a graduate. I don't think so. Because the way he talks, the way he behaves, tells me that he don't know what he's doing. Honestly speaking, I'm being frankly speaking to you. Because you want to classify IPOB documents important on social media. How? What makes that leader that will bring, like Chinas and we're talking nonsense. A leader will come on social media and exposing classified information of IPOB. And you are telling me that that person understands this struggle. How? How did he understand that? Why is United Kingdom and United States is not putting their classified information into social media? How? So to tell you that the small boys and the people who don't understand what the struggle is all about. And that is why Chibuze Egwatu Komi has told him that you are too small. Go and tell those elements who tell you to put a call on me that they don't understand what leadership is all about. They don't understand what this struggle is all about. Because we understand it and we know what it is. I can't come on social media and tell you, okay, I'm gonna give you a IPO. Go and meet your coordinator. Go and meet him. If you are not able to go and talk to your coordinator, therefore you are not an IPOB member. We can't ascertain or we can't answer issues, classify, important to social media like John Nyawood and Johannes Ndibu who want to do or security in the East. They come on social media. So they are doing a meeting. And that is the people you call your either statement. These guys are not serious. They are not serious, my brother. Right? If you want to look at what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that Eastern Security Network, how many people know when he formed it? Nobody. After he unveiled it, the whole world was on shock. That's what makes him whom he is. And that is the bone of contention. They are afraid of him. He's not a coward. He can come and tell you some certain things, but the important one, you keep it. And that is why they want Kanu and Emmanuel Kalu to be stoned to death. So that they will give them chance so that they can get opportunity to carry out. And Madam Nnamdi and you and all of us to give the chance for them to carry their atrocities. Okay, my brother.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Maz, we're in with 5 minutes to go now. So that 5 minutes, because with some questions from Majogo, I think you just entertain that question with 1 minute. We don't know because my program. I said, let me start from where I started. Why did Bola Tinubu wasting time to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu?
Anyway, it's not Bola Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case is a high-profile case. Conservative Party, the conservative that brought Tinubu and this
Mazi, your network is not okay.
All right.
Your network is not okay.
My network should be all right. Can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah, it's okay now. So please, 1 minute, please. Yeah.
So, Tinubu now is not the one. Yes, he has the power, but there are other powers who are behind holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Some of our East political class are there, and some of British and USA politicians' hands are there, and that is why it is lingering like that.
No, Maz, it's too bad. No, it's too bad. Maz, what I don't even know kuchacha. No.
Okay. Hello,
You can't hear what you just said.
Can you hear me now? Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Why in the John Webber was in it? Yeah. No.
No, I didn't. I don't have any. Okay, I don't have any other device playing. I don't have any other device playing.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you hear
me? Just the answer, please, because we'll have 3 minutes.
Okay.
Can you repeat your answer to your class? Yeah.
Well, Tinubu has the power to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but because the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu involved our Southeast political class and United Kingdom political class and some of USA political class hands are there, and so they are using it to play politics. They are using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to play politics, and that is why that case linger up to now. But don't worry yourself. As soon as possible, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be free.
Okay. Maz, the second one, then before they were telling us that the queue was an Igbo queue, but today we from Chief Choose, what is his surname? Elota, something like that. Lloegbunam or something. Yeah. So today, what do you have to say about it? Just few seconds. So how about you also?
Anyway, that queue they call Igbo queue is not Igbo queue. It's not Igbo queue. Right? From day one, it was what caused that queue is that Aguiyi doesn't listen. Had it been that Aguiyi was listening to Ojukwu, that man is calling Njoko. Colonel Njoko is all the Nabochoko. Oh, my mother's younger brother. That Colonel Njoko is my mother's younger brother.
Maz, I think we have to go now because the network is not good. It's not good. So Maz, because Maz, you can see they say it's not very clear. The message I didn't want there, it says it's not very, very clear. So, but we have to go now.
Maybe it is on your side. No. Maybe it is on your own network.
We have to go. Mazi, the network. Yeah. Mazi, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Loud and clear. Yes. Oh. Yes.
Wow. Yes. Yeah, I can see your. Okay, because near your takeaway points or whatever, just seconds. Yeah. Because about 30 seconds. Because
okay, I want to thank Biafrans at large and IPOB and lovers for freedom. I want to thank Mazi Zumes, who is doing the needful, and Chukwu Okike, Gozie Mazi Zumes, and all of us. What is happening to IPOB? It goes everybody, goes every hardcore IPOB and sympathizers. Well, soon Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be free, and soon the whole world will change for a better, which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has, and Africa will change in a better form, not in this one slaughtering people, killing people, creating damages with lie and falsehood, all lie and falsehood, because so we will all lie in order to nail us down, to keep us in perpetual poverty, turn our resources to Muslim world, which is not good. So I want to thank you so much, Mazi Zumes, GCK, and we'll keep on pushing. As you stop now, I'm starting my own program as well. Biafra, thank you all. Let us put on, be the change. Tell yourself, be the change. Let me be the change. And let us change the world and the universe and society. Here is a better place. We have enough resources to God give to us to enjoy. as children of one man.
Okay, Mazi, we need to go now. Yeah. Okay, Mazi, thank you. No. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, my wonderful people of Biafra, I thank you for listening and I thank you for coming in. May Chukwu kika bia ma gozie nwoke gozie nwanya. Onye ndu anyị Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ojeko ojelugo oya nata oya natalu. Isi amanto na mba oya natalu. No, I release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Oya there surprise one day breaking news. Onye ndu is free. No, so I must be good, but you are gonna make it. Lieutenant na ekpele. You know, Lieutenant onye ndu anyị na ekpele. No, ọ ndị na-achụ aja na-achụpụ aja. No, ọ yiwo m ka ọ ya abụ. I must be good. God anyị na mma. I have to go now. But tomorrow, the same time in the morning, we are coming. We are coming again. God anyị na mma. Bye bye. Yeah.